Tinfoil hat.
Oh, what the f*** are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Revolution will be podcasted.
All right, welcome to Tinfoil Hat, live from the Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Studios. Just go to samtripoli.gold, use the promo code Tinfoil, and you too can get in on the Precious Metals game for as little as $50 a month. We love it, and we thank them for sponsoring the show. We got a great show for you. We're very excited to have this guest. She has a wonderful podcast. It's called Rabbit Hole. Please welcome to the show, Danielle Mercy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, we're honored to have you on. I'm doing great. My life is good. I can't complain. I got a great week of comedy going on. Sold out the Comedy Store tonight. And then I have 5 sold out shows at the mothership, and I had nothing to do with any of them. So just happy to be part of the fun. Danielle, for those who may not be familiar with you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where our listeners can find you?
Yeah, so I run the Rabbit Hole Conspiracy Theories. I have been doing this for like almost 4 years now. You can find me YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. My podcast is there. I just started doing YouTube, so not all of my episodes are on YouTube and Rumble, like the audio version, but you can find them all on Spotify. It's probably like the most popular place.
Well, I think it's great that you're coming on YouTube now because like new conspiracy theorists seem to get a little bit more love than the old conspiracy, like we haven't forgot what you said about Hillary in 2016. We remember, we never forget. So it's like a great time to come in. Brand new, really stuff's popping on there. I think they lost a lot of their viewership, so they had to bring back the conspiracy theorists. That's great. We were talking about COVID. You know, did you start your thing during COVID? And you were saying you weren't following any of it. You were not a COVID idiot.
I just didn't participate because like we had a lot going on. I was still working. My husband was still working. Like the world was shut down, but we didn't stop doing what we were doing. It was actually more of an inconvenience because now we couldn't do everything we wanted to, but we just kept figuring it out. Like
when you see someone still wearing a mask, what goes through your head?
I try not to judge people because I know everybody is doing their own thing. Like I don't really care. But I think like maybe there's some other reason that they want to wear a mask. We saw people wearing masks before COVID. I think if you're wearing a mask because of COVID, it's been proven time and time again that the masks don't work. If there's another reason, maybe I don't know about. I try to be like, I don't know, kind to those people. At the end of the day, like, I don't know. Like, everyone's going through their shit. So
I think they might be ugly and they're trying to hide it. That's what I think.
That's possible.
That's possible. Oh, nobody needs to see this face. I'll walk around with a diaper on it to look better. That's great, dude. That's great. So thanks for coming on the show. So what do you want to get into?
So I do deep dives on my podcast. I try to dive into like one topic at a time. And then I just kept finding all these topics relating back to like Satanism and like the worship of the devil. And I was like, okay, something is going on here. So that's kind of where I was hoping that we could jump into today is all this. It's almost combining, I don't know, like 7 or 8 of my episodes into one, like the Satanism aspect of things.
I love it, man. I it's so funny. Like once you get into conspiracies, you start just seeing the whole game, and it's like everything that's happening right now. The nexus. Let me just say the beginning of the setup was Satanic Panic back in the 80s. Where they tried to make everybody look like Satan worshipers, and everyone's like, dude, you're just overreacting. That's so stupid. And that was done on purpose. Same thing with, the Red Scare and McCarthyism was to scare everybody into that there was a giant witch hunt going on. And, there's guys, Michael Tracy's trying to say pedo panic, and it's just like, bro, You're just like, what a weird limb to go out on. But here we are where it seems to be everywhere all the time. And it seems to be the initiation into the highest levels of power.
But it like leads all the way back. Like if you start even with like the Rothschilds, well, it goes further back than that. But if we start with the Rothschilds and all the weird things that they're doing, like firstly, they're one of the Illuminati bloodlines. So we already know like Illuminati are Satanists. They've been worshiping the devil. And then they throw this like surrealist ball, which is creepy as like they're all wearing.
Ball? Oh, is that
that's where they all wear like the weird masks and they eat the desserts that are like human shaped and they're like doing probably actual sacrifices, but they're doing like fake sacrifices at the surrealist ball. And elites, world leaders, like celebrities, all these people show up. These people that would probably not typically be in the same room are all at this Rothschild surrealist ball.
It's what's Carlin saying? It's a small club and you're not in it.
Yeah. You ain't in it.
Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk is bailing people. Then you see him with his Baphomet like symbol superhero costume on at these balls with Ghislaine Maxwell and all that stuff. So yeah, it's all one giant party. And you're totally right about the Rothschilds. Tucker Carlson just dropped an episode in which he was talking about the British Empire. And it's like the Bank of England has destroyed China, Russia, India, Latin America, the Middle East. They're trying to destroy Iran right now, and they're trying to destroy the United States. They've literally imploded all those places. This is what the Bank of England does. And, you know, everybody looks at America and they blame America, but really America is just the giant idiot that they use to stop everybody. It's like we've talked about before. It's like Mad Max in the Terror Dome when Mad Max is taking on a Master Blaster dude, and Master Blaster is the big Down syndrome guy, and then you had the tiny guy on the back, and that's Master. But the truth is, then there's Tina Turner, and she's the Bank of England, dude. She's the running everything, dude, and that's exactly what's going on. But they get everybody else to get blamed. Then they run Saudi Arabia and they run Israel. Everyone's like, Israel runs everything, dude. Israel is under.
But they created Israel.
Yeah, 100%. It's like,
and then they created all these central banks all around the world where they're like in control of all the money. And I mean, money is just.
If you want to get the Hitler dick riders angry, just say that Hitler was a British spy, and that's why he didn't attack Switzerland, where the Bank of International Settlements was, which was taking 25% of Germany's GDP. Yeah. Like, you're fighting the bankers. That's the bank you want to go after. Mm-hmm. But you never went.
But they were being funded. And then they were also sending their money to the Vatican, which has ties to the Rothschilds. They were being funded by the Rothschilds, sending their money to the Vatican, which also has ties to the Rothschilds. You're telling me, like, all of World War II was just staged. It was just this creation so they can, like, I don't know.
Let me ask you something. As you get to these revelations that you're discovering, like, what's it like interacting with your family? Like, if you go, hey, man, what'd you learn today? Oh, I learned something great. World War II was just staged. It was a giant theatrical production. And they're like, well, how's that been?
So my dad actually, like, I tell everybody this. I grew up in a family of conspiracy theorists. So me, like, coming to these realizations, because for a long time I was in the Navy, so I had other thoughts in my head. I wasn't looking at conspiracy theories, and now I am. I go to my dad and I'm like, did you know? And he's like, yeah, I've been telling you this for years. So like 9/11 happened and my dad, I was like 7. He's like, you have to look at this. Look how it's a controlled demolition. And I was like, Dad, I'm like 7, I'm 8. I have no idea what you're talking about. My whole childhood was like this. So around dinner table, I'm like, guess what I found out? And he's like, but did you find this yet? And I'm like, what? So then I like dig a little bit deeper.
Oh, that's great.
You know, we go back and forth.
You inspire me to do that with my daughters. Now I'm going to start doing that.
It's really fun.
We're going to get off roadblocks where she's talking to pedophiles, and I'm just going to start breaking down 9/11 footage to her. Look at this. Look at this. How's that plane go through that building right there? Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Shut up.
That was like the first thing that he was like, and it was on YouTube, and before YouTube was so censored, because I don't know, we just like watching it and I was like, okay, so we're going to war, Dad. Are we going to be in war for a long time? He's like, yeah, we're going to be at war for the rest of our lives.
Yep. 20 endless wars.
Like, yeah, I mean, like JFK is going to be, Charlie Kirk's going to be the new JFK.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
we're going to talk about the magic bullet theory, and it's going to go all the way around. And that's like mine because I didn't see JFK. I just heard everybody
you want to talk
about
about theatrical performances. That whole thing is so deep, dude. It's so crazy. It's just crazy, and it's slowly drifting away, right? It's just
You think we'll forget about it? You think it'll just be
they'll never forget about it, but it will never be. No one will get the answers they want until everybody's dead.
Even then, I mean, we're almost to the point where most people are dead with JFK, and we're still asking questions, and we're never going to get the answers.
National security still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
They'll never
still
tell us.
alive. One woman, she was like a double agent. She's the one left, and they're going to wait till she croaks, and then they'll be like, here you go.
I don't think we'll ever get on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the Rothschilds.
I'm not convinced.
So my question to you is, do you think the Rothschilds are the top of the pyramid, or are they just desk jockeys for even darker people?
I think that anytime you can find the top of the pyramid, it's not the top. So, like, we can find information about the Rothschilds and we can make some connections with the Rothschilds. They're not the top.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that they, it's convenient that they seem to run the money. It's convenient that they seem to create Israel right after World War II. It's convenient that they seem to be kind of in the middle of everything. No, they can't be the top then.
Yeah. If you know
we know
their
too
name,
much about them.
If you know their name, they don't run shit.
Right.
They're just, and that's my opinion on Dan. It's like, can you stop talking about, I'm like, I'm not talking about, they're middle management.
It's not even like actual that are the problem. I think they're like fake. I think that they're worshiping the devil
best.
too.
I agree. Go on.
Like we keep going like but how many were killed? Like all the real were actually killed in the Holocaust to cover up the sins of what these fake are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get us in trouble, aren't I? Like what these fake doing, and then they're like, well, you can't talk bad about the because look, the Holocaust, we killed too many of them, and it's like this bad word in your mouth, but really we're talking about all these fake that are using this like cover up so that way they can get away with murder, literally.
Yes. I'm like that Jack Nicholson gift. Yeah, it's totally true. There's a real argument that those who perished in the Holocaust were actually the anti-Zionist.
Right.
That they were
and
rounding
then
up.
They wanted to get rid of them. They needed to get them out of the way because they would have stopped what's happening now.
Yep. I totally agree. 100%. And it's so complex. It's so complex. And people are so lost. They bring emotion to an intellectual discussion and it blinds them. Like, so again, I posted that funny thing on Instagram where it said, stop Trump, vote no on Prop 50, right? And it's so funny. So I posted it and then I go to Facebook and those are all my friends and they are losing their minds. They're calling me fascist. They're calling me, which they don't know what the word means. I mean, at this point, they don't know what the word means. They just assume it's a fancy word for racist, and they just start calling me a fascist. But they're talking about saving democracy by voting for a prop that allows the politicians to decide their districts, right?
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's such a, I mean, dude, we're in a city. All these people live in a city where the Bolsheviks burnt down. They burn it down and they're selling it to the Chinese. Like, how do you not understand that? And it's like, again, I've never voted for a Republican in the presidential stuff. I'm never going to do it, and I never have done it.
I voted for Ron Paul, to be fair.
I guess if Ron Paul ran, I would
not likely to happen again.
But. Yeah, but
so do you not vote, or do you vote for a Democrat?
I never. The last Democrat I voted for was Barack Obama's first term. And then instantly, and this is like a big awakening I was already woken to it, but this is the final straw. I'm like, oh, we got played again, dude. We got played again.
No, yesterday you had a joke about it where you were like, dude, you couldn't even give us 6 months.
Yeah,
you were talking about like how he ruined it like year in.
Out the gate, dude. Donald Trump just has. Now, would I take Trump? And I'm not voting for any of them, but would I take Trump over most of them? Yeah. Most of them, I mean, because there are things I like he's doing. It's just this Zionism and this Palantir shit.
Did you see that video of this guy talking about, he's delivering that speech and BB's in the audience and he's like, and BB comes to me and he says, we need this weapon and this weapon. And I give it to him, you know, and I mean, and they're great weapons. Like, aren't they, BB? They're great. And you use them great. I mean, and you can tell Netanyahu's like uncomfortable addressing this openly.
Well,
I
would agree with that because that guy doesn't have feelings. Terminators don't have feelings.
Well, Terminators are calculating though, and he knows this is a bad calculation to say this shit in public. Do you know what I mean? And it's very funny footage. Have you seen the video? It's
I mean, people are calling it treason.
What about the other one?
Of course it is.
What about that thing where he said he's definitely going to hell or he's not going to heaven? Was that real or was that AI?
No, that was real.
Oh, it's gotten bad, hasn't it? Who can tell? Who can tell if it's real?
But let's get into what you want to talk about. I feel like everyone's like, shut up, let her talk. Let's get into some religions and Catholicism and what led to believe in Judaism.
Well, the more I looked into it, so I did like 3 parts or 2 parts, I can't remember how many parts, on the Vatican back when the Pope died. And the more I was researching into it, the more I was like, this doesn't feel like a religion that would be worshiping God the way that they say that they're worshiping God. There's just too many weird things about it. You have like the money aspect where they're like laundering money, which isn't necessarily against God or like against, I don't know. That's weird, right? But you have the thing that I thought was like the weirdest is all the things that's in the basement of St. Peter's Basilica is like they have all these idols from different religions, and they say, well, we went to these different places and we kind of like cast out their religion and we brought them into Catholicism. And you're like, great, that's awesome, whatever. But you kept their idols and their different things and put them in your basement, which I looked into it. Like, you could argue that they're not like worshiping these things, right? They're just holding on to them as like a history of all these different religions. But why would you leave them in the basement of this house of God? Because how many times is it written in the Bible that like you shouldn't worship gods, like you shall have no other gods before me, or you should make no idols for yourself, or set up a carved image or sacred pillar. Like, you don't put all these things in the place where you're going to worship me. But instead, the Vatican, like the Pope, they're like, just bring it all into the basement. We'll just keep it. Like, why would you not just like put it in a museum somewhere?
If you said, Sam, you are now leader of the world, what is the first thing you do? I raid the Vatican Library. I get the army of the world, and we just descend on that place, and we just open that thing up, and we take everything. And
well, these things aren't even in the library or the archives. They're like just in the basement, like in different rooms in the basement.
Yeah, it's very weird. You know, you don't have carved false idols where I worship, and then at the Vatican they have that giant Satan, like whatever reptilian thing behind him.
It's so weird, dude. Yeah.
In a giant,
like the sculpture, yes, and like the snake, like the serpent looking like room. I don't even know what room it is, but it's freaky. It's
very weird, and you know, it's a delicate thing because Christians feel like they're always being attacked, and I agree with them. You know, I'm going to say something that Dana would probably lose her mind on, but it's like, I'm sorry, but what the media in Hollywood has tried to convince you white Christians were Zionists really are. They're racist. They're tribal. They think they're above the law. They don't follow any rules. They do whatever the they want. They take care of their own, and that's just the way it is. That's just Zionists. I know 98% of think that, you know, it deserve a homeland, but I think they just think that in the most basic sense, most of them. They don't really understand what that means, right? Like it means like you are going to rule the world.
But they're like the only religion that would have a homeland.
No, I'm with you. They look at the Middle East, they're like, look at all these Muslim countries. But they're not like, I mean, maybe they are officially Muslim, but where's the Christian homeland?
Right.
Yeah, well, it is.
Or like the Buddhist.
It's the same Holy Land that, you know, that we fought over in the Crusades. It's Christendom fought in the Crusades for, I guess. But
what, in the Middle East?
Yeah, I mean, it's all the same patch of dirt, right? It's all the holy. Well,
their whole thing, it's like, I mean, like Israel is destroying Christian villages.
Yeah, I saw. Isn't that crazy, dude?
And Christians don't care. They just don't care.
I think it's people are scared to speak out because it's the are doing it. when really it's the Zionists. But they're like, well, if we say something, then we're saying something bad about people. And we can't say anything bad because of the Holocaust, because of how like persecuted the Jews have been, which has been self-inflicted. Then they're like, well, if we say something bad, then now we're going to be in trouble for it.
Did you see that? There's this gym influencer who went to a gym and just started interviewing people. And he's like, if a guy gets kicked out of 109 bars, whose fault is it? And they're like, well, I mean, it's probably his fault, right? And they're like, she's like, what is this about? I'm like, I'm just talking about Israel. She just walks
She
off.
gets so mad. I've seen it.
Yeah. Hey guys, there are some real plays in the crypto market right now. Like I'm doing really well on Retire, I'm telling you. And that's why you got to find these coins before everybody else does. And there's one place to find them. And that's with our boy, James McMahon and Copy My Crypto. Let me tell you about Copy My Crypto. Has it pissed you off to watch crypto fly up in price for over a decade and you still done nothing about it? Yeah, it makes sense. Crypto is complicated and real boring. Well, here's the good news. You don't need to know a thing about crypto to make money like so many have. The CopyMyCrypto.com membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTuber James McMahon personally owns, which means you just copy him, okay? It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest, as you just simply copy along. So let me tell you about James. James runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which has over 93,000 subscribers right now. In the summer of 2020, he told his viewers to buy 26 cryptos. Had you put $100 in each one, it went on to be worth over $123,000. That's a lot of money. Of the 26 cryptos, his top pick of the year, the one he singled out, called Phantom, went up 692 times. That one call alone retired a number of people, including guys and gals in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify for yourself. If you'd like to join the 2,800 members who copy James, then pause what you're doing right now and head over to copymycrypto.com/TFH. That's copymycrypto.com/TFH. Okay, you'll not only find proof of everything that I've said, but our viewers get full access for just $1. Okay, yes. You missed out on Bitcoin, maybe a little bit by chunks, but you know, there's over 2 million other cryptos. Do you really think you miss out on all of them? Guys, don't waste any more time. Go to the site and read it. Okay, once again, that's copymycrypto.com/TFH. It's ended money worries for so many, it just may do the same for you. And we thank James for sponsoring the show. Hey guys, real quick, Daddy loves his nicotine. There's no better pouch out there than free. That's right, Daddy loves the free nicotine.
Five.
Yeah.
Is that a 5, 6? 3?
No, that's a 6, dog. Woo. What do you think? I'm a grown-ass man. I do 6s. Let me tell you about free. You guys question everything. So question why other brands won't give you the strength options you actually want. The mainstream nicotine pouch market is designed to keep you dependent on weak products. Free breaks the pattern. I'm all about that. While Zins and others give you dry, unsatisfying pouches, free moisture technology delivers what they won't. And I'm telling you, this stuff is fire, literal fire. This isn't about following the crowd. It's about choosing what actually works for your independent thinkers. I freaking love it, dude. Okay. While big tobacco pushes weak, mass-marketed options, free offers what they don't want you to have. I love this. Don't settle for what everyone else is using. Choose the option that actually delivers. Why do most brands stop at 6 milligrams? That's a great question, because they're playing it safe. Free goes up to 15 milligrams. Come on now, because we're not afraid of what works. Okay. It's really, really simple, all right? It's really simple. I love it, okay? It's got authenticity. It's got natural ingredients. Dude, it is fire, dude. I'm taking it. My mouth's a party, okay? It's a party in my mouth. Everybody's coming. I'm loving it, okay? You guys need to go to freepouch.com, put in the promo code TINFOIL, okay? And you get 20% off, guys. And they got everything up to 15 milligrams.
Nice.
Practically giving it away, dude.
And they got flavors, too.
I can't recommend. You can get a 100-count pack. If you're in, you're in. And we think free for sponsor. Dude, I love this. I'm banging it right now. Thank you, Free, for sponsoring this show. Well, you know, so if we're going to play the prosecution game, you know, then we should never talk about China or Russia ever, because of what's been done to the Chinese and the Russians. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions. I mean, China right now, if this COVID numbers are true, they've killed like 400 million people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if that's
like actively killed them.
Yeah. They locked them up, starved them to death, and killed them.
Or like they right at the beginning of COVID, didn't they blow up a building where they were quarantining all the COVID like patients in one building, and then they bombed it?
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have all these communists going, we love communism. I'm America. We need it. I'm like, you know, they've killed more people than anybody.
Yeah.
I don't care what.
They're doing the same thing like with the situation where like nobody talk bad about the Jews, right? They do the same thing with racism. Like you can't talk bad about somebody at a different race because like they've been persecuted at some point in their life. And that they're like leaning heavily on this like division thing or this like self censorship is really what they're pushing at this point. They're like, if you talk bad about this person, the world's going to come in. I mean, we experience it being podcasters, being YouTubers, being whatever, influencers, whatever you want to call it. Like, you're going to get bad comments or bad reviews because we're saying what we're saying here. Well, this self-censorship thing, they're pushing it so hard because then we'll police ourselves. They don't have to do it. Then we will be too scared to say things. Then we don't use our First Amendment right of freedom of speech.
No, I agree. 100%. I agree. I totally 100% agree. And it's, I've been saying this a lot lately, and I said on stage last night, if you want to live in a proper society, you have to get rid of political correctness. Political correctness is the tool they use to allow people to act like fools. And if you try to call them out on it, you get called racist, bigot, and all that stuff. And I just want to live in a proper society. I don't want hate. There's a lot of people out there like doing straight up hate, and I don't want to live in that world. But I also don't.
But I think with all that hate is how they're going to do that censorship, like all that crazy "I love Hitler," kill the. That's what's going to end up. Like the pendulum's going to swing back, where they're going to be like, "Well, look how racist it is." Now we definitely have to censorship. So all the people that go extra hard are going to ruin it for everybody else that just wants freedom of speech.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just getting to the point where it's like, you know, they create the rules by, it's way down there, dude. They create the rules by all the anti-white stuff they did. Like, I don't believe in protected classes. I think everyone should be, no one's above criticism
anybody
and
else.
Jokes. You should be able to criticize anybody acting like a fool. But once you start to do that, then all hell breaks loose because people who've been able to manipulate the system can no longer manipulate the system. Like they're talking about now you're seeing politicians drop AIPAC.
Yep.
And AIPAC's trying to rebrand themselves, be called America First.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that hilarious?
So funny. I mean, it's literally the opposite of America First.
Yeah, but again, it's like every power structure you look at, the base is always cool, and they're just chill, and they just want to live their life and take care of their families and do all that stuff. And then as you get higher up in the pyramid of power, you get more and more psychopaths, more and more liars and backstabbers, and people do whatever they want to do to achieve their goals. And that's just the way it works. You know, the notion of socialism makes me laugh. The notion of communism makes me laugh because you're basically what you're doing is you're saying that we're going to get to the what the communists always want to say? They want to take over the means of production. Like, what does that mean? Like, I'm asking an honest question. Johnny, you're the intellect on the show.
Well, I mean, nationalizing all the companies, essentially.
Yeah. And,
all the utilities and industry.
But then it becomes communism, right? The government takes over everything eventually. Yeah. And you don't think psychopaths are going to be in charge again? It's like Owen Benjamin's take on why you need police, right? It's like if you get rid of police, gangs will form and they will be law enforcement.
No, it's a system that doesn't account for the nature of humans. It's the problem with communism.
I totally agree with that, Johnny.
Yep.
I totally agree with that.
In a perfect world, in this Star Trek future, you know, where nobody needs to make any money and we can all just pursue what we wish and everything's automated. Yeah, it would be great if everybody was good-hearted, but it's just not the case.
That'll never happen.
Yeah,
because they'll always put money over everything else.
Yeah.
Well, what they will do is they will eliminate anybody that will question anything. That's what they did in 100 Days of Roses, right? Or Flowers, excuse me, 100 Days of Flowers. They rounded up like 100 million people and just completely executed all of them. France did that in a weird way too. France, during their French wars, they took all the alphas, sent them to war, they all died. And now you got rid of this kind of view and these alphas, and now you're left with all these betas, right?
It's funny. The Nazis did the same thing too. Anybody that was questioning at all, anybody that wouldn't kowtow to.
My FEMA camp number is going to be single digits.
So funny.
I think they do that all over the place because they did that here in the U.S. like back. I'm trying to think like the 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s, a little bit, where they were sending all the people to insane asylums because they're like, well, this person's acting crazy. They're starting to question the government. And you're like, well, yeah, we should question the government.
Totally right.
Do they have our best interests at heart? They're like, insane asylum, go away. Let's give you a lobotomy.
You're totally right.
Yeah, I mean, that was a time before propaganda was even a dirty word. I mean, we had, openly, like, people in the government who's in their title was like propaganda minister, propaganda. Like that was and became a dirty word eventually, but back then, and especially during the war.
Yeah, 100%. And that is probably what a lot of war is all about, is just eliminating a group of people that might rise up against you. Send them to war, they'll all die, then we get rid of all these people.
Well, then it makes you wonder, was COVID a way for them to get us, like, to get the people that are going to question things all kind of in, like, one category? Because, like, they haven't rounded us up yet, but people have started speaking out. And people have not gotten vaccinated. People have started like pushing back. So are they keeping track of all of I mean, they are for sure keeping track of all of us.
Yeah.
That way, eventually, they're going to be like, well, let's get rid of all those people that are going to push back. And we'll keep all these people that willingly wore the masks, willingly got the shot, went out and like sought after whatever COVID fix there was going to be. They followed all the rules that we put in place because that's what we said to do. All those other people, we got to get rid of them.
I think that was January 6th. Those are all domestic terrorists. If you were there, you're on a list of domestic terrorists waiting for you to pop off whenever they don't need you to, or whenever you do something
That's
wrong.
exactly what No Kings is about. They keep trying to bring the No Kings back, and they keep trying to get Latinos.
Oh, there's supposed to be one. Like recently, I was watching.
Yeah.
On the
and
Mexican
they're like,
news.
fight back against the oligarchy. Brought to you by Walmart.
It's so stupid.
No kings except for these kings.
No Kings. Brought to you by the Kings.
The elites are like, you know what we should do? Let's just pretend or make them believe that there are no kings. We're just let's sponsor it.
Yeah.
We're going to sponsor and make some money off this. Also, let's give them bricks. Let's just put bricks out and let's see what they do with them.
Yeah. We got these extra bricks, so we should just put them over there where they're going to riot and see what happens. And
Maybe they'll get rid of all the small, like mom and pop shops, and then we can just move in and we'll just be Walmart there.
100%, dude. It's I do not understand the notion of burning down your own neighborhood to get back at people that don't live in your neighborhood.
Yeah, it's stupid.
People
The
just
whole
don't
thing
see it
is
as their
dumb.
neighborhood, yeah.
They have calculated it, and they're like, they're gonna get so mad they're gonna burn something down. Let's put these bricks. Let's make these protests in places where there's not a Walmart, where there's just small mom and pop shops. Let's get rid of those guys because they're our competition.
But it's not
that's a
even
good
mom
point.
and pop. It's not even mom and pop. All Rite Aids are officially closed.
Yeah.
All Rite Aids. And who needs Rite Aids? Where are Rite Aids located? In the hood. And who needs a 24-hour when your kid's sick?
Yeah, I agree.
Mom,
Yeah,
and
you
dads,
can't call maid. You can't call you probably don't have a doctor's appointment. You can't go all that. So who needs it more? The people who end up ruining it.
That's why when you look at like this Muslim mayor and like what he's saying, and then you see all these like rich white comedians like supporting him. He literally wants to tax white people more.
Because we're white?
Yeah. He wants
That's
to
ridiculous.
have a higher tax on white people.
Is that
There
real?
are plenty
look
of
it
white
up,
people that are
Johnny.
poor and that can't afford to live. Actually, you know how many people in the country can't afford to live right now? You want to tax white people because they're white?
Yeah.
That's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Every bad idea is put forward by a rich kid who's just so comfortable he can try to live in this la la land.
Yeah, this is now, to be fair, this is an AI overview courtesy of Google, but reports from mid-2025 indicate that New York City mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani proposed taxing, quote, richer and whiter neighborhoods to fund public services. It's what a fucking dipshit. What a dipshit.
If they print money, why do we have to pay taxes?
Right.
Their
On everything
excuse is
constantly.
to burn that's kind of the burn. Is the taxes, all that money gets burned. If you listen to the modern monetary theory people, we have to tax them.
So Johnny, what you're trying to tell me is that
what they're trying to tell you.
Okay, what they're trying to tell us, Johnny, is that a bank loans money and doesn't want interest on it. Like, it makes no sense. It goes against every single rule of banking that we know.
Well, I think their point is we're spending so frivolously with this money we print that we've got to take some of it out of circulation. And the only way to do that, according to them, is tax.
Where's the burn place, by the way? Where's the giant burning
asking
of the money place?
No.
Yeah, asking for a friend. Rob that. Hey, you were just going to burn this. Let me have it.
You're just going to get rid of it. It's mine now.
Yeah, it's mine. Let me go buy some Escalades.
And then pay taxes on it.
But it is so dark, though, dude. It is so dark. It's like really is Satanism. It really is black cube worship. And there's always those signs, and we just ignore them. When Trump has a black cube on top of his buildings, we all just like, it's just a design. It's a cool design. Like, if you drive down to San Diego, there's a giant science building for kids. It's a giant black cube.
Oh, the Discovery Channel, the Discovery Cube.
It's a giant black cube.
It's a huge black cube. They have
It is
dinosaurs.
unfortunate how cool black cubes look, though. They do look cool.
They do look cool,
Yeah, it's too
but
bad.
they are darkness.
Yeah.
Johnny, stop falling for their tricks or their slick designs.
Well, everybody falls for them. That's why they keep doing it.
Yeah, that's why the devil,
Like they just keep, but they like recycle all the same things. In my Epstein, or one of my Epstein episodes, I did like 7 of them. I went over like how like one of Epstein's buildings on his island was like blue and white stripes. But then when you start to look, I'm literally wearing blue and white stripes right now. When you start to look at like the
Are you on
different
the
logos,
flight logs?
I'm not on flight logs. Are you kidding me?
All
I'm
right,
not rich
that
enough to
shirt
run
says
those
different.
circles. Also, I'm exposing them, so they would never let me. They would never let me on the flight logs.
Why is she here? Why is she here? She did a 3-part series on me. Why is she on this plane right now?
I did 7 Epstein episodes. I was like, okay, we gotta be done with Epstein. But like, how many logos, how many different things are blue and white? And then if you look at the Israeli flag, it's blue and white.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Everything leads back to each other, and all the symbols, they just point to exactly who you should not be supporting.
Yeah, it does.
You just have
And
to
it's
pay
just
attention.
people are just traumatized through childhood. Their parents, their grandparents, our public schools just program them into learned helplessness and trauma. And so they believe these narratives. And because it's the old saying, it's easier to fool someone than to convince them they've been fooled. They just have no clue. Like, I'm getting yelled at by comics on Facebook right now about being a fascist and all that shit. And one of these guys, like, I got in an argument with him about how, like, the crack game was created to fund black ops and destroy the black community. He's like, we wanted those laws. We wanted the, people to come in and start arresting people for crack. I go, I know, but what you don't understand is like three plays earlier, the crack was brought in by the people that are arresting you, that own the prisons. They're making money every single moment, and they're using you to destroy your own family units. But they don't want. What's that?
Somebody's phone is ringing.
Oh, not mine, dude. Yeah, it's all
I think it's stopped.
It's like really sad because you're trying to save people that don't want to be saved.
Yeah.
And like,
I think that if they wanted to get all the drugs off the street, they absolutely could. Like, they could track people that have been like exposed to COVID, but you can't track where the drugs are coming from. No, you could. It's just like with the trafficking. Like, you could stop it if you wanted to, but you're making so much money from it that why would you stop it? You're keeping people, like with the drugs, you're keeping the drugs in the lower, like the poorer communities. You're keeping these people down. So that way they don't have an opportunity to get out. Like, how many times, and I have a sister who's, struggling with a substance abuse. Like, how many times are these people like some of the smartest people, some of the most promising people, and then they fell into drugs and now they can't get out of it? Like, had they never been introduced to drugs in the first place, then they could have done really, really amazing things in their life.
Yeah, I totally
Not that they
agree.
can't if they get out. They could get out of it and do amazing things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if you introduce drugs, now you're slowing down the progress that things could change drastically in those communities if we could get the drugs out. They don't want to.
Well, it's a playbook that they use against the Native Americans, they use against blacks, and now they're using against whites. They herded all the natives into these reservations, flooded the whole area with drugs and alcohol, took away all the jobs, and promoted women. They did with black people too. They just flooded it, took all the jobs away, arrested all the men, gave all the jobs to women, and now they're doing that with the white population. They just do that over. That's the playbook. That's how you destroy a family.
Well, they are profiting off of families being destroyed.
Yeah.
If they can destroy the nuclear family, then they win so many times over. Because if you have both parents working, if people are together, you have both parents working, now everyone's paying taxes. Even if they're apart, you have to send the kids to public schools because mom, if she's a single mom, she can't stay at home with her kids. She can't raise her kids right. She can't raise the kids that she wants, like the way that she wants to, or homeschool them if she wants to, because she has to go out and make money to survive. Now the kids go to public school where they're getting indoctrinated. They're going to get introduced to drugs. They're going to just fall into the traps of the machine that they're creating.
Yeah. And then they just keep voting against their own best interests. Because and
they don't even realize it.
Matt Walsh did something on this. Like, a murder is not seen as bad as someone using the N-word, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, in our society, the N-word is the worst thing of all time, unless a black person saying it. Then it's the greatest thing of all time. It's the most mental gymnastics I've ever seen in my life. It's because white progressives don't want to be called the N-word, so they be called racist. So they just let it go, because if they actually called it out, they might get their clock cleaned. Because violence is an acceptable reaction to the N-word.
But then they do the same thing with women too. Like, I can call my friend a bitch, but if you call my friend a bitch, you can't do that. But she's my friend, and I can call her that.
We talked about this. A female comic was complaining about misogyny, and she talks about her pussy for an hour on stage. She's like, they were so misogynist. And I'm like, you talk about your pussy for 1 hour on stage. Like, the whole hour is about your snatch. Like, what are you talking about? And that's the mental gymnastics of progressivism. It's crazy. And it's all programmed by the elites, and the elites don't play by the same rules we do. Like, they're have you guys seen that they're thinking about just completely eliminating all the old television? So you can't get it anywhere?
What do you mean, like
cable
TV?
Like, MTV's going to delete all the old MTV.
Because they don't want us to know what they used to put on cable, like on these shows, on these channels.
What they really want is for you not to have the same data as your children.
I don't understand what you mean by delete. Like, their
Wiping it,
archive,
gone.
like they want to wipe their archive.
Yeah, they want to get rid of all of it.
What is their purported excuse for this? Why do they say they would like to do that?
They haven't said. They don't say it. They're like, yeah, we're just going to delete it all.
Can you even get it, Johnny? Like, let's say I want a episode from Jersey Shore season 2. Where do I get that?
MTV is notoriously bad about it, but as a specific example, most like HBO and stuff, that's pretty. You can get all their shit.
HBO's pretty archived out.
You want to get into the leads, Johnny? We talked about this on Cash Daddies. The guys who bought Paramount now want to buy. Wasn't Disney? What is it, dude? It's
Warner.
HBO, Warner.
It's Warner, yeah.
And I'm guessing it's owned by the.
It's all owned by the. Wait, they're not actual. They're just Zionists.
Yeah. Let's
be honest about who they are.
But it's like it's so blatant now. But it really is about eliminating the data. Like, my daughter loves Michael Jackson, but let's say they wiped out all that stuff. She'll never understand Michael Jackson if I told it to her, if she has no reference to it.
Are you talking about getting? How would that affect Michael Jackson?
Well,
they would get rid of all of his music.
Yeah, if they get rid of all of his
they would
music.
not do that because they still make royalties off his music. That was one of the reasons they killed him.
Well, you said TV. No,
but I gave an example. Like, what if They got rid of
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I couldn't explain Michael Jackson to my kids. They
No,
would
you
just
couldn't.
be concerned
Like a
with
metaphor.
Bad Bunny. They're not into Bad Bunny. They're too young, but they would just
Boy, that's a battleground on it.
want to talk about Bad Bunny the whole time, right? I mean,
treating that guy like a martyr. He's
That-
playing the halftime at the Super Bowl. I mean, come on, dude.
well, dude, it's
Ridiculous.
It's Saturday Night Live does that. They start a controversy, and so everyone tunes in. That was the whole Shane Gillis thing, because they did that with my friends too when they got on there. They created a fake Via Senor that when she was getting on there, because she has the tisms, right? And they were going to put her on Saturday Night Live, and she went through her entire Twitter and got rid of anything that was edgy. And they someone went back and found it, and they made a controversy out of her, and she eventually made it, but Shane Gillis didn't. And that's to promote Saturday Night Live. It's train wreck promotion. They did it with Leslie Jones and her slave draft pick bit. I mean, that's what they do. That's how they promote now. Now
It's
everyone.
part of their it's part of their playbook. I mean, that's what they did. I think with the Super Bowl, they're trying to get the younger audience that isn't paying attention to the NFL. They're trying to get women, because a lot of men don't watch football anymore. I mean, they do, but they don't. Like, more women watch football than men. So, like, I don't know much about Saturday Night Live, but I know that they're creating these controversies. Like with Taylor Swift, they're like, oh, well, Taylor Swift is now dating Travis Kelce, so it's going to bring more viewers of the younger female generation.
Are you saying
Who
more,
buys
did you say
more
more
apparel?
women?
I
watch
think
football?
more men watch football than women, but
No
there's
way.
more-
In my world, I most of the guys don't watch football.
Really, you're the only one.
Yes.
You're
Have you been
turn
to a
on-
game though?
Oh, I don't watch football. But like most people around me, they're women that are watching it. Or like the women are the ones initiating, like, hey, are we going to watch the game on Saturday or on Friday?
Yeah,
Sunday?
I mean,
Excuse me.
but I do think a lot of guys watch
If you
it.
go to a game, though, it's like 80%. Dude.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Did you see that the Chiefs didn't get one flag thrown on them in an entire game?
I mean, they're the sweethearts right now. Yeah.
And it's just all about Taylor Swift. It's so crazy to me.
No, she's
Well, they're
got a
going to
new-
ride
she's
that
got a
train
new-
until it crashes.
And it is crashing, dude. When the Swifties don't like your album.
Did they not like it?
Oh, yeah, because she had one line in there where she just says she wants to live in the cul-de-sac with her kids. And they flipped. All the cat ladies went fucking
See, I wonder
nuts.
if that's real blowback, because every girl I know that's a Swiftie is can't stop talking about the thing and loves it. So.
Well, I have a friend of mine who went to the London premiere of the album, and they said they cut it short because it was so bad.
I just feel like
hilarious.
that goes against everything she's always promoted, which is like being independent. Oh, not always being independent, right? Because she's always like breaking up with somebody, writing a song about it. But like being independent and like doing her own thing and being like feminist. And now she's like, oh, I want to settle down and have kids in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
exactly. Because it's rules for you, thee and not for me. That's completely and how they all are. They want you to make the worst decisions. Everything's about low vibrational. And then they do the exact opposite. Like, oh my God, we got to save the climate as we fly around in our private jets. And even Bill Maher talked about that. Bill Maher was talking about that on his show about how they're all about climate change. Hey guys, I want to tell you about one of my favorite sponsors out there, TRUEWERK, okay? We're talking about real clothes for real workers, okay? We're not talking about disposable. We're talking about clothes that are meant to last for guys who really put in a day's work. Let me tell you about TRUEWERK. Fall weather changes fast, hot, cold, wet, and windy. Sometimes it's all in one shift. TRUEWERK is performance workwear built like it matters, because it does, okay? Founded by a trade professional who was tired of wet, heavy gear weighing him down, okay? TRUEWERK set out to make workwear that keeps pros comfortable, capable, and ready for whatever the day throws at them. Designed with advanced performance fabrics for lasting comfort, all-day mobility, and year-round job site protection. Every piece is tested on job sites with trade pros, so when the conditions change, you're still ready. This is incredible. They have over 50,000 five-star reviews from pros in every trade and every climate. All right, I love TRUEWERK.
You know, I love it. I live in LA. It's hot one day, cold one day. I live it. You know, I'm chasing dogs around the dog park. Okay. Dana asked me to fix stuff. I just asked her to ask me to fix up so I could wear my true work. That's what I do. Just put on some gear, unclog the toilet, get it done. Okay. So it's real simple. Here we go, dude. I use this and you should too. All right. Upgrade your day with workwear built like it matters. Get 15% off your first order at TRUEWERK.com with code TINFOIL. That's TRUEWERK.com. And we appreciate them sponsoring the show.
No, or are you the one who says it? That Beyonce walks around singing "Single Ladies" while she's taking with Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Which and she's telling you the whole opposite. She's like, single ladies, and she's like married to like a rich baller, not
that
being
poor
a single
kid
lady.
got Jay-Z's
And she's got kids,
face.
and she's like settled down, and they're very private, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Although they're in the Illuminati as well. They're worshiping the devil.
Yeah, they all are. It's like
they all are. I mean, Taylor Swift. If her listens are down, if her Swifties are turning against her, it won't be long until she puts out some single that turns them all around and gets them all riled up again, because she's just going to make some sacrifice to the devil, and it's going like the energy harvesting that comes from her concerts. They can't not have that, because she puts on such a show, and there's so many people and there's so much emotion. They need that. So they're going to keep her popular as long as they possibly can.
But so much bells and whistles that you don't realize how bad of a dancer she is.
She's terrible. Yeah.
I mean, she is the worst, and she surrounds herself with chunky dancers. Like all of her dancers are super thick. She Oprah's it. You couldn't work at Oprah's show if you were thinner than her.
Well, that was a moving goal line, wasn't it?
Yeah. You had to be chunkier than Oprah to work on Oprah's show.
They weighed you?
I mean, they eyeballed you.
That's such a bride thing. Like how the bridesmaids can't look better than the bride.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening.
That's
all
why
these shows.
bridesmaids dresses.
Has that
are
ever
always
happened
trash.
to you where you're like, oh, we gotta ugly this up?
For me?
Yeah.
No way.
Were you?
I'm
ever
always
a
the ugliest
bridesmaid?
one.
Are you ever been a bridesmaid?
Yeah, I was just bridesmaid last month.
And do you guys like, did we look too good in this? We gotta.
I thought about it, but the bride wasn't like that. I think that kind of is going away a little bit, or I just have decent friends.
It's always the dresses. They always pick ugly dresses for the bridesmaids, in my experience. I think you're totally right about that. Every time I've seen.
They do. Yeah, because if you look better than the bride, you might like take away her like sparkle. But like Oprah's doing that. If you look thinner than her, you might take away her sparkle. It's supposed to be about her. So
sparkle, yeah.
like Taylor Swift, don't want to take away her sparkle.
That's such a woman's thing. Don't take away her sparkle.
But women
way.
like they are the underbelly of this world. Like we are literally running the world. You just don't see it. Or I mean, you guys do see it, but like they market to women. They like all these concerts, all like NFL's moving this way where they are trying to get women to do more, to spend more money, they're corrupting women. They're like, you don't need a man. You can be independent. You don't need to raise babies. You know how taxing it is on your body to have a baby? Don't have babies. Like they're targeting women.
A great example of that is Jennifer Aniston at their heyday. She's like, I know I can have a baby by myself. I don't need a guy in my life. And you're like, you're just giving the worst advice possible.
You might want to check the science on that.
Yeah, and now she's like, I wish I had a kid. And you see that a lot, dude. A lot. Like
I thought you meant she could have a baby without a man. I got you.
She meaning she didn't need a father in their life.
I understand. Yeah.
And it's like everything on television, 16 and pregnant. All that shit is just like make bad decisions. Well,
it's interesting now too because that show is almost because it tracks the original cast also, so it's become kind of a life lesson because they're all train wrecks now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's pretty.
They're not all train wrecks because they had the fame to make them like more popular. So really, it almost like glorified pregnancy at young ages, which again, like. How many of those relationships worked out? Because not many of them, if any of them. So you're ruining the family dynamic yet again.
Yeah,
it just comes back to this the religious aspect. They're like, well, you don't need religion because they'll tell you that having sex when you're 16 is a sin and all these things. Like they're just trying to like get in your head where like women or like teenagers, girls are like, oh, how cool is that to be 16 and pregnant? I can be on MTV and I can make all this money. I can become an influencer or whatever. I can have a TV show. And then they just ruin their whole lives. Those people end up in the ghetto where they can't hardly function. They can't not function, but like they can't pay their bills. They can't make ends meet. And it's just like this cycle of like bullshit.
Yeah, it's low vibrational.
Yep.
It's all about the low vibrational. Getting you, we talk about this on here. You're like, they have these sins, and the word sin has this like religious connotation, obviously. But so people look at it like, oh, that's stupid. That's just religion trying to control you. But if you actually look what those are some of the best advice ever. Like, gluttony, don't get lost in overdoing it. Don't try to bang your best friend's girl. Don't steal, don't lie, don't murder. Like, if you follow those basic rules in life,
should be good.
You'll do pretty well.
You'll be all right. You're going to be all right.
Yeah, 100%.
You're telling me all I have to do is like not murder anybody or lie or steal and I'm going to be all right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shoot.
Outside of murder, I pretty much abused those rules and my life went out of control. And now that I'm trying to follow them better, it's just amazing how great life is. It's not it'll never be perfect. That's the realm. You're always going to be challenged and they're always going to throw obstacles in front of you. But you become a first responder to your problems. You just deal with them instead of numbing out on drugs and alcohol and allow them to fester.
I've even tried like really hard just not even to lie anymore because it's amazing to me like how many times in my life I would just be like, oh, I'm running late because my son had a blowout before I left. I'm not running late because my son had a blowout. I'm running late because I was too lazy to get out of bed and get dressed to get out the door on time. So then, like, I won't say that. I won't lie. I'll just be like, I'm running late.
That's cool.
Like, I don't want to tell you
the
why.
Only time,
but like,
go on.
So many times in your life, you lie about like the stupidest thing.
Yeah, and you don't have to.
Stop lying.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
The only time I think lying is acceptable is if you're trying to avoid an argument with your girlfriend.
White lies.
That's it.
Like white lies. I was about to ask, what about white lies?
Sometimes just like, it's just going to I really wasn't doing anything, but there's no way she's going to see it like that. So I'm just going to say something to not cause chaos in my life. I
think that's reasonable.
Okay. That God understands. God understands.
Like, do those jeans look good on me?
Well, it's not even that.
No. I need you to be honest about that. If I'm asking that question, it's because I'm about to leave this house and I might look like a fool in public. So I need you to be honest.
Yeah, but what a guy thinks looks good and what a girl thinks look good, maybe too. Because you might look good to him. And then you go look in the mirror and you're like, my ass looks fat. But that's why you liked it.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah.
But it's like little things where it's like, why'd you come home late? I really wasn't doing anything. I was just talking a little longer than I thought. But it's like, there was bad traffic on the 405, right? You're just like, well, I just left later because I was having a great conversation.
I remember one time you were late for a podcast at the Comedy Store in the basement, and I was standing out front, and you didn't see me, and you were getting out of your car across the street for some reason. And you were like, I'm coming down the stairs right now. I was just watching you like cross Sunset.
In a weird way, mentally, I was.
You're like, I'm basically there, so that's not a lie.
Yeah. That's
I'm going to be coming down the stairs by the time he gets this text.
So I want to get into something with you. I want to get into the elites because I just don't think people realize the real war. Everyone's fighting on their level. No one looks up at the people who are turning the screws and ratcheting up the pressure. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the elites. Get into everything because it's so funny because where we are today versus where we were 5 years ago, or even when this show, like in December, will be 9 years old. Like where this show started, like, Pizzagate was a big part of that, dude. A big part of it. And like, Johnny was there. I'm getting physically assaulted by people.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like they couldn't. My friend's like, I'm from Washington D.C. I would know if there were pedophile rings, and now it's like I don't hear from
you
the
would
guy.
know if there were pedophile rings. Why are you so plugged into the pedophile ring?
Like they would be talking about it, dude. Did you get your like newsletter? You know.
No, I think that it goes deeper than what we think. So I think that it's easy to be like, Donald Trump's an elite. Well, you think that he's an elite because he's the president of the United States. And maybe he gets the newsletter, but I don't think he's an elite. I think that he's just a puppet of the elites. I think honestly, like, we talk about like the Rothschilds, we talk about the Rockefellers, we talk about these people where we're like, oh, these big people, these big families that have run the world for centuries, essentially. Well, just because we know their name doesn't make them elite. I think that most of the time we don't even know who the elites are, which is why we categorize them as elites, because we don't even know who they are. You have a lot of people that have a lot of power. I think that some of these people, like presidents, they had to give up, they had to sacrifice to the elites something. We don't know what it is necessarily, but they had to do something in order to be the president of the United States. And then they have to abide by the rules that are put in place by the elites. Is it the Illuminati? Is it the Freemasons? I think, again, we know those names. It's probably not. It's probably deeper than that. But I think that, especially with the Epstein stuff, you're seeing that he was blackmailing all these people. They have something on these people in power, that makes them want to follow the rules. If that makes sense.
What is your definition of an elite? What is, if you go, these are the elites. These people aren't. They think they are, but they're not. But what is your definition of the elites?
Oh, I've never been asked that question. I think like you have a lot of power and influence maybe in ways that we see, but also in ways that we don't see.
So is it this permanent state you're talking about? Like everyone be like, in 3 years, Trump's gone, right? So unless he pulls some crazy shit and we end up getting a dictator. Let's say he's gone in 3 years. You think he's the passing through state? Are you talking about?
I don't think it's permanent. I think there are families that run it, so it's generational, which is why the Illuminati theory is so compelling. Why people like default to the Illuminatis being the elites is because it's families, it's generational. So you have like, you know, the Nathan Rothschild, and then you have his son and his son, like all these children, and they breed them with each other to keep it all in the family, which is again why the Rothschilds are so compelling. But I think that the people that we're seeing, they're all connected. Like all the presidents can all be traced back to being connected in some way. I think we're seeing with Obama, he was the president and then he wasn't the president anymore, but he still has all this power behind the scenes. They move positions, but they stay in power. Donald Trump, Obama, Biden, they're all puppets. They are being used for whatever the elites actually need them to do, which is also what we see with like Taylor Swift, with Beyonce. We were like, oh, well, they're in the Illuminati. They're worshiping the devil. Yeah, but they're being used to sway the public in whatever way. Just like the media. They're being used to sway the public, to keep us fighting at these smaller levels, to keep us worried about like racism and like all these different isms, sexism, feminism, like whatever ism, transgenderism, that we focus on those things so they can actually pull strings and do things that we don't see and we don't really care about because we're so worried about the world's ending, climate change, and we're persecuting transgenders. Like that stuff doesn't really matter when you think about what they're doing on like a larger scale.
You ever heard of the Murdochs? Like that's like a family that I consider
Rupert
elite.
Murdoch?
Yeah,
Rupert
like,
Murdoch?
yeah, it's a family I consider elite.
Heard
Where
of
it's,
them,
yeah,
we've heard of them.
the Murdochs.
Yeah.
I mean, at least, yeah. Well, all I'm saying is, I feel like they're part of like the family that's elite, where they literally tell you when you grow up there, you're not allowed to become an influencer. You're not allowed to become in social media. You got to be very low key. And this family, just all of a sudden, one of the kids got caught up in like a murder case. And then all the family.
Oh, you're talking about the Murdoch, like he's
like from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
the one on the Netflix.
Yes.
That show.
The Murdochs.
They're not. No,
they're not.
No.
They're old money. They're old South money.
You're
but they're
mixing
not-
up families.
No. I'm not. All I'm saying is a family like that is what I feel like it's an elite. Like if you've heard of them, that they're all They all work for the government. They've been working for them. I'm not saying they're elite, but families like that where you're not allowed to become an influencer. You're not allowed to go to social media. You're not allowed to become like Epstein.
They wouldn't be in jail right now, or he wouldn't be in jail right now if they were.
But he murdered himself. Yeah,
he murdered. Yeah,
he killed himself.
But what I'm saying is,
did he in prison? Did he do that?
No, he wasn't. Not in prison.
No, he shot himself out he just committed suicide. It's like one of those times where
it's funny.
I thought he tried to kill himself, but then he wasn't successful.
Yeah, you're mixing up so many different families. I know who you're talking about. I guess you could say that's elite of a city, but we can use that as an example and expand it to a global level. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say like that like an example of like that family. Like when we finally found out how much power they have is what I feel like once you come out like Jeffrey Epstein is one of those ones where like the reason they killed him is because we started to find out who he was. He was
they didn't kill him.
Oh, well.
Where do you think he is? Chilling in Antarctica?
I think he's somewhere. I don't know exactly where he is. Probably on a different island, but I don't think he's dead.
Damn, get into that. Tell me what you think.
I think that he knew too much about too many people. He knew too much about everything. Like, if you really get into, like, I'm sure you have, about Jeffrey Epstein's, like, dealings with science, his dealings with everything that doesn't have to do with finance, his dealings with, like he was just into too many things. He had his fingers in too many pots for them to be like, yep, just get rid of him. I think they needed to get more information from him that they couldn't get in whatever time frame they had after he was arrested. So they killed him. They took him away because there was no autopsy done, or there was an autopsy that they said, oh, well, looks like he killed himself. And then they went on with it, but it wasn't a real autopsy. It was a fake autopsy. And then, yeah, I think that he's not dead. The fact that he's still collecting money, that the money is still going to his bank accounts, and the money is still leaving his bank accounts. Yes, his brother technically runs his bank accounts, but his brother also made his own money. I think that he's still alive.
And Alex Murdaugh is alive and in jail.
Yeah, XG.
He tried to kill himself, but he wasn't successful.
Yeah, 100%. It was so crazy because, like, I have a very good friend of mine I graduated high school with, and I love him so much. And he did extremely well in Hollywood. He ended up, we've talked about it on Broken Simulation. He was the head of CBS program, original programming, and he wanted me to be on Survivor.
This is great.
That would have been cool.
Well, yeah, that's what exactly right. That would have been great.
So, but we haven't done it in a couple years, but we used to get lunch all the time. And he was like, we were just talking. I think he's super progressive. Yeah, he is, which is fine. I have a lot of progressive friends, but he was like, oh, so how's the conspiracy world going? I go, it's fine. It's fun. He goes, you don't believe Pizzagate's real? I go, well, at the minimum, Epstein is Pizzagate. At the minimum, if we're just going to go, what is the simplest explanation? Epstein.
I'm sure he's the only one, though.
What?
I'm sure Epstein's the only one, though, right? I mean,
yeah,
obviously.
I mean, when Hillary Clinton had 5 different associates go up for child sex trafficking, and in 1 year, in 2019, how can you say it's not real? It's just crazy to me. And I remember having an aha moment, where I was connecting all the dots. And the big connection was the guy who shot up Comic Ping Pong. His father was part of a production company that did children's videos, and he worked for Hillary Clinton. I mean, crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And all the symbolism, it's just nuts.
Well, there's symbolism in Survivor too. If you've seen it.
Yeah, Johnny, that's really why I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's why Sam didn't do it. Not because he didn't want people to see his wang.
Yeah, that was really it.
You don't have to walk around with your wing out.
That's exactly what I told him.
You could hide it.
That one season where that guy went around naked, and he thought everybody on Survivor had to be naked.
That guy is in multiple seasons.
Well, yeah,
the guy that walks around naked.
Sam thought that all the guys just had to be naked in Survivor, and he turned it down based on that research.
Yeah.
Either way, how long was he going to last?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd be first one gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
This guy's out here talking about conspiracy theories. We got to get him out of here. That's how he passes the time. He just tells us that all the elites are pedophiles.
Oh, dude, you would have killed it on there. You'd have been so good.
No, I think there's so much evidence that the elites are pedophiles. If they're not like raping children, they're at least torturing them and then drinking their blood at the very minimum.
No, well, that's what I say about Jeffrey Epstein Island. No, there's definitely a couple deaths. They definitely killed
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein's the island. I don't whatever.
The Epstein Island.
Who am I to
No, but
judge?
Jeffrey Epstein's island. I honestly think there was some murders that went down there. You don't think?
100%. Yeah.
They went too far. Maybe somebody OD'd.
Yeah.
You just the body disappears, and everyone's like, "Oh, this that." Like there was some deaths that went there. Some murders went down.
And if we are to believe what Virginia Giuffre put out, then Bill Gates was doing like all kinds of weird experiments on some of the kids that were there. But I don't think that they were just doing experiments on the island. I think they were doing a lot of experiments at the ranch in New Mexico. I think they were doing a lot of scientific experiments, which is why, like, that was like the real reason they needed the kids. But if you heard of the Finders cult, where they were like breeding children and they were caught in Florida, I think that they were not on their way to Mexico, which was the original story. I think they were actually on their way to Epstein's Island.
Yeah. You mean Zorro Ranch that won the lottery twice?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, how crazy is that? That came out that 40% of lottery winners have CIA ties.
I think it's more than that. I think that they use most of the money from the lottery for the CIA. And I think actually that I think it came out today. My DB Cooper episode. I think that was the CIA. That they just stole this money before, like, they were winning the lottery because it was the 1970s. They stole the money and they used it for whatever black op operation they needed it for.
Well, walk me through that.
So you got this guy. I mean, you know the story of DB Cooper, right? This guy just walks onto the plane. Then he hands a note to the stewardess. Hey, man, I got a bomb. You guys need to follow my directions. I need this. He said I needed 4 parachutes. He wanted 2 front and 2 back parachutes, which would imply that he's taking a hostage, so they wouldn't give him faulty equipment. He says I need $200,000, which was like 4 million ish in today's world. And then he steals the plane. He tells them, I want to go to Mexico City. You need to fly with your tailgate down, or your landing gear down, your wings down. I need the aft door and the ladder down, so that way eventually I can exit this plane. Well, then he sends the stewardess to the front. After they get all the people off the plane, they take off. They're headed towards Mexico City. He jumps out of the plane, never to be seen again. They have no trace of him. At first, now they believe that he just died, but they never found a body. They never found any money. They didn't find a parachute. They found no sign of this guy.
Did they not find like a kid or something? Find a couple of bills possibly from?
So they did. So they found some money like buried on the shore of the Columbia River, which was west of Vancouver, Washington. They thought that maybe he was headed east of Vancouver, Washington. Well, then when they found this money, they changed where their search area was. They found like $5,600 is what I found. I don't know if that's accurate, but I think that was a decoy. They're like, let's bury some money here. Let's send him off our trail, and then that's the only money, and it was buried. So like he actively buried it before he headed off.
I'm telling you, bro. Dude, if someone's like, we're gonna hijack this plane, I'm like, well, then kill me because I'm not going.
But he didn't tell anybody. The only people that knew on the plane were the stewardess and the pilot.
Johnny,
None of the passengers knew that there was a bomb in that plane.
I'm with you, dude. I'm right with you.
I know the rap part.
Have you
I'm not
watched
going out
lately?
like that.
People get crazy in the middle of the aisle. Every dude gets up and beats the shit out of them. And don't tell me that wouldn't happen on 9/11. Don't tell me that. I get that, like, it was a brand new thing. I get it. Okay. But at some point you realize, oh, they're going to fly this into a plane. What are my options? Let's go these dudes with tiny knives. Box cutters? Have you seen
box cutters and they hijacked a plane?
Tiny.
Yeah.
One guy gets cut, everyone just beats the shit out of the rest of them. The story makes no sense. None of it makes any sense.
This was back when they used to let Charlie Sheen fly the plane, though, to be fair. Have you heard that? He's on Netflix. He's telling a story about he was just loaded, and the pilot just let him sit and actually control the plane. They got freaked out and had to switch it back to autopilot because they realized what was happening.
Oh, really? The fucking tweaker messed it up.
Let this guy fly the plane. We'll be fine.
Yeah, dude.
But anybody, it used to be
bro.
anybody, kids and stuff, anybody would be allowed in the cockpit if they wanted to. So, I mean, from that standpoint, I can get it. But yeah, dude, there's no way.
Soul Plane?
That can't be true. I guess actually, when I was in the Navy, any one of us could go up to a flight station and be like, "Hey, can I fly the plane now?"
Kids used to, they used to not really let them fly, but they would have it on autopilot, and the kid would be like, But Charlie Sheen actually asked. He's like, "Can you just turn the autopilot off?" And let me?
No, you're right. I don't. This happened on some. I guess her husband had died, and they felt bad for her, and they let her kids go see the cockpit. I was like 5 because I was jealous that I didn't go, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's because their dad died, so they're kind of trying to make them happy." But they took him to the front. No, that really happened. Right now that he says that.
Yeah, but that was a long time
I know.
ago.
That's what I'm saying.
It was before 9/11. After 9/11, only did they lock the cockpit with the code thing. Now, that was part of the changes after 9/11.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But why didn't they go into the cockpit while these hijackers were hijacking the plane and then pull them out of the flight station? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
the claim
they've got box cutters. Oh no! Like,
go out like a champ.
And to cover that is why they put the plane down in Pennsylvania. I mean, that's
where's the plane, Johnny?
No.
There was no plane in Pennsylvania. That's ridiculous.
To cover that up is what I'm saying. To kind of answer for that.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
It was.
I think is why that's a story.
It's just the most. It's outside the Charlie Kirk thing. I think it's the most elaborate hoax ever perpetrated.
Oh, way more, Sam.
Well, this not. What's up?
I mean, Charlie Kirk's isn't as big, but the amount of deceit and deception in the Charlie Kirk assassination, if you believe he was assassinated, is absolutely insanity. It's like it should be studied in colleges on how to muddy the water.
They did a great job.
I mean, dude,
muddying the water. I mean,
yeah, 100%. George Zinn is like, I didn't shoot me, and then he's telling everybody how dumb are you? You're telling everybody they paid you to say that, and then 2 days later you're hit with CP charges, so no one can talk to this guy.
Oh, he'll get knifed. He'll
you go to jail, they're gonna kill him.
Die. He talked too much. He did so good with 9/11. He did so good with the Boston bombing. And then Charlie Kirk, he was like, let me open my fat mouth because I keep getting away with it. No, he's dead now.
I guarantee you he's talking to a hot nurse and he was just trying to brag and pull puss.
That's how it got.
Every time.
That's how it happens every single time.
If you believe the James O'Keefe stuff, which is questionable, if you believe that, everyone will give away the secrets for ass.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
that tracks.
Right?
Guys are so simple-minded.
It's dudes. It's dudes. It's straight dudes and gay dudes. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear to get down your pants. It's unbelievable. Let's get into some movies and television. Well, we didn't get. Do you have anything else on P. Diddy and Pizzagate?
Oh, I didn't even get into that. I just feel like I think P. Diddy, like we talked about with the elites, everyone's like, oh, P. Diddy's this bad guy. No, he didn't. I think that they needed to throw somebody out. I think he either or somebody was on to him. They're like, throw him Diddy. We don't need that guy. So I think at the end of the day, everybody that they give us that's like the bad guy, Epstein, you're not the top of the food chain. You're just a pawn in their game. It's just easy to get rid of you at this moment. So I think with Diddy, it's the same shit.
No, you're totally right. And it's really about getting those blackmail tapes.
Yeah.
Like, why would you release
Isn't it interesting that Epstein and Diddy both did the same thing? They're both recording whatever weird shit's going on in their mansions.
And they don't they don't need someone like that anymore. They don't need a Diddy or Epstein. They have the internet. They don't need someone to
But they always need them because listen, so like if you start like outing people's like Pornhub views, right? You burn that avenue to figure out who it is, right? So they can't come out and directly go, "Oh, this guy," unless they're arresting you for CP, right? And it's always low level shit. It's always low. So you feel like they're doing something. Oh, they got another. Like Alex Rosen is doing an amazing job. I think he's great. But you're really just taking out autistic low level people, like people who have no social skills. But it looks like we're doing something.
He said it because people have asked him. He's like, well, you're only really getting like the low levels. Do you believe in elites? And he's like, yeah, but I'm not going to get those, and I got to do what I can for the community.
No, 100. So that's what I mean. Dude, I'm not saying what he's doing isn't absolutely wonderful. I'm saying it's just the low levels.
No, I'm just saying he also understands there's way bigger fishes than what he's capturing. Is what he's also understands. Yes. I thought the same thing. I was like,
Pornhub,
get the big boys.
Pornhub is to find out who is sexually compromised and who wants to be in politics. That's my opinion. They just study your data and then they send in people to push you in the right direction to get into politics, and then they have to catch you in the act. And then, because if they put out what you're watching on Pornhub, nobody will go on Pornhub.
You're right,
anymore.
and you're just watching. At the end of the day, you're just watching. That's just a watch. They need to catch you doing the act.
And I lose everybody. Like, there's this kind of battle between my comedy and people in the conspiracy world, because they tend to lean more conservative. But I like dick jokes. I think they're funny. I think
most people think they're funny. It's like fart jokes.
Yeah.
I have a 4-year-old right now. That dude is super into fart jokes. Dick jokes, same thing.
Yeah, dude, they're really funny. Some people get, oh, dude, why you gotta do this low vibrational stuff? Because I think it's funny. My serious
Sometimes
stuff
you just
is
need to
on this
laugh.
show. my comedy is empty calorie, just talking shit. But they gotta get you compromised, and that's why. And this is where I might lose people. I don't really care if someone's gay. I don't really care if they do furry shit. I don't care if they do BDSM. I don't care if they do any of that shit, as long as they keep it in their house and away from everybody, in particular children. Get as weird as you want, because when you start to demonize all that stuff, you create blackmailing avenues.
Yep.
Okay.
Bingo. That's like at the beginning of the episode when you're like, well, what do you think about people still wearing masks? I don't give a if you wear masks. You do you. I'm not going to wear a mask, and you're not going to force me to do it. But it's the same thing. Like, you want to be gay? I don't care. Do you, man? I'm not going to be gay. Like, I'm not into that shit.
You don't like
keep
gay
it away
shit,
from the
don't do
kids.
gay shit. That's it.
It needs to be consensual, like adults that like want to do it together. Don't force people into it. Don't bring kids into it. Make it all like normal in your own house with yourself and people that want to do it with. I don't give a what you're doing.
I agree.
Keep it away from us.
I agree. Once you want to dress in drag, that's great. Once you start reading the children, now we got problems. Now you're pushing your rules on other people. That's where the issue comes, when it gets into cultural Marxism and stuff, right? Like when you define yourself through your sexuality, and then you have to go and push in everybody's face. Live your life. There's always been gay people, and most people didn't care. Obviously there were homophobes, but most people didn't even care. But when you get into the Diddy stuff, you know, I again, everything is fake and gay, dude. Everything is fake and gay. And Diddy and that whole rap genre were all compromised gay men. And you know, and I've still told this story before, but Andrew Schultz goes, why are they outing Obama right now? I go, it's a demoralization campaign. He didn't like the take, but it's the truth. You get everyone behind Black Jesus, right? And then all of a sudden you just tell them, hey, they're gay. And that is that is like still a fucking sin in the Black community.
Do you think that's a mainstream take though? Because I could go back home, not one person has ever heard that Obama's gay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it is like everybody everywhere knows it, but it is.
Demoralization campaign to be effective has to demoralize people, right?
But the Black community is really into that.
But what I'm saying, I don't think the Black community has heard this.
No, but they know that Michelle has a dick.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that was the controlling factor of the whole situation, was that Michelle was a man the whole time. That's how they could control Obama.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally think that's possible. Yeah.
Because now it's coming out, they're like, oh, he's gay, like whatever. People are like, oh, okay, we figured that out. Well, he still has all this power, and they're taking it from him. He up somewhere.
Yeah,
I think that's why they're throwing Obama under the bus. I think that they wanted some. This is my opinion. I don't have any proof to back this up.
We don't.
I think
proof
that they wanted something from him. I think it probably had to do with his kids, because up until this point, he gave them everything he wanted, right? Because look at how much power he had, allegedly, and then. I think they wanted something from him, probably had to do with his children. He said no. They're like, threw him under the bus. I think that's why he's going down right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And again, I mean, if you study the Black community, very homophobic. They're openly homophobic. I mean, David Lucas last night, who was hilarious. Did you watch his set?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to go to hell. There's a bunch of gay N-words down there. And I'm just, and the whole crowd was laughing. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy to me, dude. That's a crazy thing to say in Hollywood. And everyone was laughing. And it's like open, like I have to word it in a way where it doesn't hit and it doesn't scare everybody. But he doesn't give a shit because of the rules of comedy.
Yeah.
But it's open. Corey Holcomb openly just going after guys he thinks are gay, you know? And it's just like in that community, that is a big effing deal. And that's why all these rappers who push this machismo shit on everybody, this gangbanger stuff, their holes are all compromised.
So is Diddy done? You don't think we'll ever hear a song from Diddy, a song produced by Diddy? Is he?
I think he'll come back. They always look.
I think he will.
Look at Pee Wee.
Give it a few years.
Dude. I mean, the guy got in trouble for pedophilia, and he was brought right back, and he was on Conan O'Brien, and he's doing shitty movies. They always bring it back. They'll bring it back.
They do, yeah.
You gotta go through.
And the fact that he just got like a little slap on the wrist, like I thought somebody messaged me. They're like, "Oh, Diddy's getting sentenced today. What do you think?" I said he might get one. He might be guilty of one of the crimes, but not everything. I think that he was thrown to the wolves on purpose. He learned a lesson potentially, and he'll be back doing the same shit.
No, yeah, because
he's probably already doing the same shit.
They had that video of him hitting her years before. It's like, why are we releasing it now? He did something. They was like, all right, let's do it.
They wanted those tapes. They wanted those tapes.
Yeah, it's that raid.
Or they were closing in on somebody else and they needed somebody smaller. Like if they were closing in on like a bigger fish, they're like, oh, Diddy, throw him. Like we don't need that guy. So I think it could have been a couple things. Diddy could have messed up, or somebody else could have, like they could have been closing in on somebody else. They're like, we just need to get rid of this guy.
What he ended up getting, like 4?
4. And he's already done like a year and a half.
Yeah, he got 50
months. Yeah, he won't do all 4, no way.
And you're sending a gay black man to where a bunch of gay black men are. I mean, you're basically sent to a gay bar. I mean, that's really what you're doing.
Without the booze, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... Oh, they got booze in there. They got drugs in there. He's going to have the best
They got everything. He'll be fine.
You watch those shows where they make that
the
swill
Puno.
Yeah.
Like that.
Dude, they got phones in there. People have like social media accounts.
R. Kelly things. You can get an R. Kelly concert.
Yeah, dude. They're going to... Dude, if you're a gay guy, there's no better place to be than a prison.
Yeah, I mean, because as men, that's one thing that stops. You're like, oh, there's no bitches
you enjoy
in there.
Freedom, and doing what you want.
Yeah,
imagine
for a year, you're just gonna just get it out.
Let's
get. I mean, you can survive a year and a half in there, 2 years, 4 years.
Johnny,
yeah, you can survive it. No
Johnny,
problem.
if they said, "Listen, you are sentenced to be in the Victoria's Secret dress-up room for 1 year. You just got to live in there during all the Victoria's Secret."
I don't even got to hit it, and I'll go hang out there.
You're gonna be like, okay, this isn't that bad. I mean, I did sex crimes, and they're throwing me in here. This isn't that bad. I'm okay.
That's a very funny observation.
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. So let's get into television and movies, man. You know, you might not know this, but I'm the guy that broke the Snake Eyes Netflix thing globally. It was me. You're welcome. And
why are you laughing? Are you making a joke right now?
No, I literally broke it. Johnny gets mad because he doesn't realize I'm psychic, and he gets angry at that.
That's nothing. I'm not angry at all.
Because he's a mortal and I'm a psychic. And but there it is, right in the movies, telling you what they're gonna do. I mean,
but they do it in all the movies. If you look at you look at shows, you look at movies, you look at like kids stuff. I did Atlantis the other day. I did an episode on Atlantis, and the way it's described is exactly how the Disney movie describes it. The only difference is I think it was a global civilization and not just like an island civilization. But the way that the Disney movie describes it is basically the way it's described in every culture around the world. Like, they tell you exactly what's coming. They just don't tell you when. So like Snake Eyes, which I had never seen or heard of before, Charlie Kirk, they told us exactly what was going to happen. The Matrix, they're telling us exactly what's going on. They just don't tell you like when it's all going to come to fruition.
Yeah, the only part of the Matrix I didn't like, and I love that movie, is that they made the people who escaped the Matrix seem like they're living a miserable life. Right?
Yeah.
They were eating goo, and in reality, those who get out seem to be the happiest.
Yeah.
I think in some cases, sometimes it's easier not to know all this, because then like my son wants to watch a movie and I'm like, well, I can't watch that because it talks about this, or you can't do this because it talks about that.
Yeah, you gotta blue pill them for a little while. You just gotta let them live their lives. And then when you get there, like Eddie Bravo told me that. I blue pill it with my kid, and then at a certain time we start dripping a little truth to them so they can understand what's going on. It's very hard to do. It's hard to raise kids right now. But you get into the movies, into the television. I mean, And have you guys noticed how dumb the titles of TV shows are becoming now?
The Bus.
Right? Have you seen that?
The Bus.
English teacher.
Yeah. It's
FBI.
Yeah.
They're just not even trying anymore. It's
trying,
like
dude.
plug
Well,
and
why
play.
do they don't need to try. They don't need to. Why would they have to try? Because you're going to watch it anyway, because you're so addicted to your phone, you're so addicted to TV, you're so addicted to all these things. Like, why do they have to try to name it something creative?
Yeah.
Idiocracy. You're going to watch it anyway.
Idiocracy is the most prescient film ever made.
That should be studied.
Yeah, it truly should. I mean, that's if I'm curious what you think, like Snake Eyes and other films that have predicted things. What do you think is it revelation of the method? What do you think is the purpose for doing that?
So I saw it somewhere and I couldn't find it again, but that they need you to know what's coming. That way when it does come or like when it happens, they can be like, well, it's just a movie. You want it to be this big thing because it's a movie. Or that they have to tell you for some satanic reason, but I couldn't actually find what that was.
It's like a cult.
Like I said,
it's an occult thing that
yeah.
They tell you what they're doing, and it's your job to stop them. And according to their rules, if you don't stop them, it's on you, not them.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's so funny that the occult has so many rules.
It is funny,
but it's a weird rule. Like, who came up with that?
Also,
like, why would you make that rule?
Who could divine that Charlie Kirk was going to be shot from those details? Do you know what I mean? Like, if it makes sense in hindsight, but there's no predictive power of that. I mean, there are a million possibilities you would come up with before Charlie Kirk being assassinated in Utah by this guy. You know what I mean?
What I always find weird about those is like who went and watched that movie or remembered that well.
I mean,
I'm in the room.
Yeah, he's right there, dude.
Okay, how did that?
I'm in the room. I'm right here.
How did it happen?
I didn't remember the exact name of the characters.
Or the date, certainly.
Okay, Johnny, whatever, dude.
No, I mean, did you remember the date? Did you remember that it said 9/10 in there?
No, I noticed it said 1/9, which is 10.
You went back and watched the movie?
No, I don't need it. I've watched it so many times.
You've watched
Was this like a popular movie?
It was back in the day because that was at the height of Nicolas Cage's, like, his zenith. People love Nicolas Cage. I love it. I have a whole joke.
I feel like the height of Nicolas Cage was like gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah, but it was in that era.
Yeah, it was in that era. Yeah.
You know, and I did have a joke on my my Dallas special called No Lives Matter, where I talk about how Nicolas Cage is a time traveling shaman who uses his movies to warn us what the elites are doing, dude. And so I always knew, but I knew that it was about a patsy who gets blamed for an assassination in a big sporting event, and that it was really the intelligence agencies that did it. I didn't realize how down to a T it was. Tyler the assassin,
It's so crazy,
Charles
isn't it?
Kirkland.
Yeah.
Fact that, you know, his Charlie Kirk's wife is blonde. There's a blonde right there that gets blood splatted on her. I mean,
how did she react to that happening? By the way, did she go on a press tour and do a bunch of public
do fireworks?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like it was the 4th of July. I mean, I don't give a shit. She's a honeypot.
I kind of give a shit.
I think she was his handler the whole time.
Oh, interesting.
I think that because of the way that they met, like she was this model, she had this business, she had this ministry, she was a millionaire, she had everything going for her. And then they're like, hey, you should go interview with Charlie Kirk at his business. Like, what position was she interviewing for?
Oh, you're right.
And then all of a sudden, the interview turned into basically a date. Then they started dating, they got married. I think the whole time that she was planted to be his wife, to be his handler.
Dude, isn't that crazy? Like how deep that goes?
Yeah.
Like you go
wild.
in to hit a mark and you have his children, if we want to even believe that story, because we never see pictures of his kids.
I can understand. I don't post pictures of my kids on social media at all.
I don't
You wouldn't
either.
even know I had them.
But the ones he does, their faces are. Listen, I don't listen. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. To the kids
but
lost
also it's a little weird.
You ask questions, dude.
You think she's gonna run for presidency? For to be a president?
I don't know.
That's what
I think
this
her
is
I think
about.
she's vice president. I think they're going to run her as vice president,
Yeah.
JD Vance.
I really do think that's what this is all about. She's gonna end up running, turning point. Let's do it for Charlie, and she's gonna end up being at least, like she said, at least a VP.
Bro, I listened to Nick Fuentes talk about how deep the Peter Thiel, JD Vance connection is? Like, Peter Thiel was manipulating him before he got into college.
Fuck.
Like, got him into college. Every job he got, Peter Thiel pulled a string to get him into that job, even though he wasn't qualified for it.
Like you said, it's like 3D chess. It's like,
dude,
so...
the unholy shit that guy must have did to JD Vance. There's no.
But then
way.
it makes you wonder who controls Peter Thiel, because you know that he's not the top of this food chain. He's too popular.
Yeah, and he was picked too, just like Elon Musk. It's all data, dude. It's like they did the data on this guy just like they did in Jeffrey Epstein, psychopath, sexually deviant, would stab his own mother to get in head. Those are the people they're looking for, and they just push them into positions, and then they turn around and do the exact same thing. It's an old communist thing. You position.
Some people think that it's MK Ultra. I don't know. I would love to hear your take on this. I don't fully buy into everyone being an MK Ultra.
I don't think you have to MK Ultra everybody. You just have to give them what they want, which is money, power, and sex. Like, if you're a sexual addict and they're like, you can do anything you want whenever you want, that is power.
But then how did they not control JFK then? Because he was a sex addict. He was addicted to drugs. How did they not control this guy?
That's probably why he's dead, because I couldn't.
Well, because he went off.
That's why they killed him. But
no, it's literally, let's just say for the moment, Charlie Kirk is real. The assassination is at its basic point. They killed him. Whenever they blow you up and you go off reservation, they take you out.
And if we are to believe what's being reported, well, he knew it. He knew he was at risk. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah. I mean,
those
and
texts are just damning.
And these people who just are so fixated on transferees, and that's all they want to believe in. When you go, well, the other side has a history of this. Like, there's literally a page on Wikipedia of decades of Israeli assassinations. I mean, decades. And I'm not saying it's Israel. It might not be the state of Israel, but it could be Zionists that need to control Christians in order for that state to be able to survive.
I can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, to me and you, it makes total sense that you'd be open-minded to that. But
we're open-minded to a lot of crazy things, though.
Yeah, but
like all we do is look into crazy things.
Yeah, but how often are we right? What's our batting average? 900? Because all you're saying is,
right.
And it's all you're saying are elites are conspiring, which is very funny because if you really take a look at progressivism, they believe in systematic racism, systematic homophobia, systematic misogyny. What you're saying is there is a conspiracy of people to hold you down. That is even crazier conspiracy.
But they don't believe in conspiracies, though.
Right.
Like, that's the thing that blows my mind every time. They're like, yes, systematically, they're trying to hold us down, man. And you're like, so you're telling me you do believe in conspiracies? No, conspiracies are stupid. That's dumb.
No, it's like these idiots on Facebook right now that are attacking me because of that funny meme I put up. Right. And they're like, they all think they're fighting fascism by allowing the government to control the districts.
Well, and it's funny because they are simultaneously saying that gerrymandering is wrong and shouldn't happen while I mean, it's
so crazy.
It's
That's
insane.
a fight I got with Dana. I go, gerrymandering's bad. Why are we doing it?
Yeah, it's the classic two wrongs make a right argument.
Because if they're doing it, we got to do it to fight back. I'm like, literally, the people you're trying to help have burnt down your city, exploded the homelessness, been caught stealing billions of dollars. How are you helping yourself?
Yeah, they're running this state into the ground. We want more of them at the national level. It's the dumbest idea.
Yeah, let's send them on up. They'll definitely do a good job.
It's so crazy to me how anyone could look at Gavin Newsom as anything other than the devil.
I hate to say it, but it's the ladies.
Yeah, white women would vote for Satan if he was good looking and hung.
They
like
did.
horse.
It's called Bill Clinton getting elected twice.
Yeah,
it happened.
Well, I mean, Bush got elected twice.
Yeah, but it
too.
wasn't. He's not a looker. You know, Clinton was.
Which is funny because earlier we were joking about like guys just thinking with their dicks, but women for sure. You're like, I mean, they voted him in because he's good looking.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If they repealed the 19th Amendment but said you don't have to pay taxes again, would you do that?
Yes.
If they
I'm gonna get a lot of I don't know.
They said you can't vote anymore, but you never have to pay taxes again. I would get a sex change just for that.
But my husband still has to pay taxes. Does my husband have to pay taxes on money that I make? Am I allowed to still work?
No, of course you can work.
You can work.
So I can work, but I don't have to pay taxes. So then we can put everything in my name, and we're not paying any taxes at all.
Yeah,
but I can't vote?
Yeah, but you can't
Deal,
vote.
I'm in.
You can tell your husband what to vote.
He'll vote for me.
Yeah, that's what you're about to say. You're about to say. I'll tell him what to say. I'll tell him what to write down.
I mean, we're on the same page about everything anyway. I mean, we have a very strong marriage. So, like, when we vote for the same people, we vote the same way.
I don't even think that men are great voters either.
No.
But it's like women are awful voters. I mean, they are always on the wrong side of every issue. Where there is a
that feels like a very drastic umbrella statement. I feel like
we do that
not every single
we do
time.
That here. We're all about drastic umbrella statements here. I mean, like show me a drag show. Show me smiling progressive white women.
I feel like every time I think of progressive white women, they're like either lesbians or they're Karens.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Maybe there's normal progressive white women out there. I haven't met one.
I mean, we got a ton of white women listeners. They're great. They know I'm not talking about them.
I'm a white woman.
Yeah, you're crushing it.
Thanks.
Crushing it. What else do we got? A final thing, loosh harvesting. You talked about that a little earlier, but I forget who is it? Lil Uzi?
Like,
who was the rapper where
Astro
a bunch
World.
of people
It was
Travis
what's
Scott.
his name? Travis Scott. Yep.
I mean,
Astroworld, but I think the energy harvesting goes beyond that. But Astroworld definitely like brings it home because you have like all these people. Have you done the research into Astroworld? It was like really weird, like dark energy, and then you have like 10 people that died at this festival.
Yeah, it was bad.
And he's like dancing on this upside down cross, and it looks like this cross is like going into a portal with the way that they have like the background set up, and they've got like this mountain on fire, and then the energy there is so dark and nobody can breathe. And they say it's just because they're all packed into a small space. But I think there was some weird dark energy shit happening at Astroworld. But then you have the same thing happening at like Charlie Kirk's funeral. When you have that many people in like a similar space, in a similar headspace, like the emotions are running that high, like. You have this at concerts. You have this at this really weird funeral. It wasn't even a funeral. It was like a memorial. Like, what was it?
I don't even know what that was. I don't even know what that was.
What was that? Because that was weird. But you have this singing and you have all these people feeling this emotion, and you can like the energy in the room is palpable. That's when you know that they're harvesting that energy for something.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Does like a comedy show harvest energy? Because I mean,
it absolutely can, yeah.
Because I go to music festivals and I can't go without half the fans telling me I'm literally part of the call. So does Johnny.
Every time I post a concert video, somebody's like, "You're getting your loose."
Yeah,
checked.
obviously, Astroworld. If you watch any documentary, it's very satanic. I can assume that's very. But like, what about normal concerts?
I think it's every concert. I think it just depends like what they're harvesting the energy for, or if they're actively harvesting the energy. Sometimes. And I don't know, I have no evidence again to back this up. I think that there's always energy happening at every single concert. I don't think they're always harvesting it for something.
Here's my measuring stick. If I come back from something feeling better than when I left, I think that's probably a good thing. But if you go there and you feel, you're just drained and like your soul's been sucked out of your ass, then maybe you
can tell the difference. Like you can tell, like I went to a Panic at the Disco concert one time and I left. I was like, that was weird. I don't ever want to do that again. But like I've been to comedy shows where I'm like I feel like happier. Like I just feel like I just really needed to laugh because they say laughter is the best medicine.
You know, Tool is like that, dude. It's like you just watch the imagery. You're like, oh, dude, can I just enjoy your songs?
Tool and Perfect Circle, anything he touched was
just dark energy. Yeah. And the craziest thing about rappers is like they're so satanic now, and they all die. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, the most dangerous occupation seems to be a rapper.
Oh, you should see the new one that they got under investigation. Some guy named David.
Yeah.
He ended up some girl went missing. That
And
she's
he
like
sang
13,
about it.
Sang about it. He would put a coffin at his funeral before they found her. It's pretty deep. And like you said, they're all satanic. And he's like number one. The kids were loving him even before they found a 13-year-old in his Tesla.
It's interesting too. In hip hop, they will also talk about sacrifice a little more openly. Have you noticed they'll talk about?
Yeah.
It's kind of
That is the difference between the 80s or the 70s and today. Like back then, and we all know counterculture is completely CIA contrived, but there was this kind of thing where like the radio wouldn't play their songs, but they would sell a ton of tickets on the road, right? There was kind of like some resistance and pushback. Now it's like, dude, they're getting sponsored by Nike, Applebee's, whoever it is. Like it's corporate sponsored.
Yeah.
You have like these crazy songs like WAP. You're going to tell me that is something that our children should be listening to.
Crazy.
But then there's other songs where you're like, this is totally like great for kids. They won't even play it on radio.
Yeah, there's that famous bit by a comic who like when they got rid of "Baby It's Cold Outside," the number one song in the country was WAP. And he compared their lyrics.
I've seen that on social media. It's really funny because "Baby It's Cold Outside," you're like, okay, they have made it to be like, oh, he's gonna push her into something sexual, right? But you have WAP where she's literally talking about.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, WAP.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's so disgusting.
I just can't take all this ass on Instagram. It's driving me nuts.
It's a problem for you, isn't it?
It's not well, the problem is that my monkey DNA makes me look at it.
Right.
But
it's funny. I don't see any of that, dude. I don't. Do you follow all? You must follow all those accounts.
I follow nobody.
Give me your phone for one day. I will literally make it just conspiracies, cats. All you gotta do is just click on it for a long time.
The only
Sam.
time I see ass is when you post.
And everyone's mad at me, but I love teeing off on these garbage people.
That's what you say.
What do you think about the states banning porn? Or are they? I heard some states banning it.
Here's what's going on. Pornhub.
They won't ban it. They make too much money.
Well, what they're doing now is these states are making you put ID. You have to put your ID in, and every state that does that, Pornhub pulls out. So it's actually working.
But somebody else will just go in there. Like some other porn site will go in there.
Yeah. But now
porn makes too much money for them to take it completely away.
Or you go on a VPN. That's easy. Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's what they do in China. That's what they do in China.
Or OnlyFans. How does OnlyFans work? Can't they isn't that like social media? They can just get on there and see porn?
OnlyFans is in fact a CIA psyop.
I don't know anything about OnlyFans. I just thought it was a porn site.
Let me tell you about it.
When you say that, I'm not the one who thought about this theory, but have you heard? I mean, I'm sure you've heard it, but anyone who gives like, how there's these females have guys that give them like tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds without even meeting them. They're like, oh, that's CIA money.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they're giving that
because
what type of person would give that type of money who's someone you've never met?
It's meant to give the illusion that if you do porn, there's a lot of money in it, and all these girls come on and they make no money, but now they have this stigma of being a porn star. And it was a funny meme showing a girl like kind of like walking sad through the field, and it's like when you join OnlyFans, you only make $5, but now everybody in your town knows you have pepperoni nipples. Danielle, great show. You crushed it. Thanks you so much. One more time, tell them where they can find you.
The Rabbit Hole Conspiracy Theories, wherever you listen to podcasts, also on YouTube and Rumble. And then if you want to follow me on social media, it's at rabbit.holepodcast. I do respond to every single DM I get on Instagram. TikTok, not so much, but Instagram, I will actually respond to you. So
you're still on TikTok with all the shit you talk?
I am waiting for them to ban me.
Okay. Good luck.
I just keep waiting, but they haven't yet.
You did great, man. Hey, let's break down the episode. What do you guys think of Danielle? I thought she was fearless.
Oh, she came in hot.
She's not afraid.
She
just goes in.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid. Something about when a hot chick talks about the Jews is fire. It's just fire. Just fired it.
You like that in bed as well?
Yeah, no,
boy.
I only like to be called the N word. It's the only thing. I wish I was joking.
It's hard to do both of them at the same time.
Yeah, it's too much.
You got to pick
Too
one or the other.
much.
Actually,
Too
you
much.
brought up the Murdochs.
The Murdochs.
Yeah.
No, that was in the other show.
No, this was in this one.
It was a show.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was in this one. 100%.
Oh, the elites, yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Well, what I was gonna say was
where he
the-
mixed up the guys who own Fox News with the guy who lives in South Carolina. He just combined them all. You
the
were
whole
off your
time.
brain supreme game for that one for sure. My God, all white people look alike. That's what you said right there.
What interesting thing is that the newspaper and the people that broke that story, that's where I used to work at that paper. And
really?
The girl the woman, Mandy, who her podcast was the #1 podcast. They're doing this.
Oh yeah.
They're doing this Hulu show about it, and her and a really good friend of mine are like in the show, like as characters.
Johnny, are you so pissed
And,
you left?
well,
You
no,
would be
because
in
I would
that?
never have done that. She's a good girl. The one
She's
girl.
a good girl,
really
and
sweet.
she's got to go far, but she knows it doesn't matter anyway.
I got to give it up to him because I don't know how
rely
on your old man's money. You can rely on your
the
old man money.
It's a bitch, girl.
Yeah.
But dude, we went to see him. And we talked about on BS. Daryl Hall cannot sing anymore. His voice is totally.
Who do you
shot.
think's worse, him or David Lee Roth?
Oh, it's him. He's worse. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, no, because he can sing in the low. Yeah, I guess David Lee Roth can't even sing, but he just can't approach his the high notes at all. But he tries. Like some guys just bail out or sing
They
it
should have
lower.
a guy in the back who just hits it for him.
But that's what Boston did. The band Boston, the guy would just point to this other guy that would hit the high notes. But yeah, that's too bad.
I guess as you get older, even for comedians, your brain starts to slow down. You can't come up with the same jokes you used to. And it's just I get why
It's funny. You hear that. But
young comedian. Well, the big problem for older comics is that they've talked about everything, right? And you just, as you get older, you just kind of get over with everything, so you're not in the mix.
well, it's
and when
evolve or die, right? That's what.
yeah,
it is.
you have to evolve.
Because you saw Carlin. To me, I don't think there are people that will argue that Carlin slowed down. Not to me, dude. I those late ones were just. I thought that was prime
The
Carlin.
best podcast, the best comedy specials you will ever see are when the comic knows he's dying.
Yeah, and you saw it. Hicks, Relentless. Oh, dude. He goes, and you can see him in some of those clips around that time, touching his side where he's got the cancer, and just kind of you can tell he's in pain, and just flame throwing, man. Just you can feel the rage coming, the heat coming off of that guy.
What do you think
he
it
was
is?
Great.
Because they got nothing to lose.
You got nothing to
They
lose.
don't
You're
care if
fuck
they
it.
piss
You're-
everybody
yeah.
off when
They're
they're
not
not
worried
going to get booked when they're dead.
Getting a pilot or
Yeah,
something.
little did they know they'd have holograms, and now they're not working.
Was David Letterman going to uncancel me? No, I'm dying. It's over.
Yeah. And then,
Letterman famously canceled Hicks.
And then he apologized.
He apologized to his mother, and had her on and stuff. But I thought Carlin, was just. I mean, it was different.
But the whole thing was
funny.
Carlin's lost his edge. Dude, he's 70.
I don't think he did, though. I think that's just a bad
But the
take.
point is, he's not supposed to be leading the charge.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that at the Comedy Store. I'm 52, and I'm the one leading the charge on provocative at the Comedy Store. It's I shouldn't be doing that. I should almost be way behind everybody. Everybody should be but they're so traumatized, these kids, from the cancel culture.
It's a generational thing for sure.
Yeah, they got traumatized by everyone getting canceled, and now they're oh, I'm going to get on the Tonight Show. You're and do what with that?
Okay, but I think the new comics, I'm talking new, they're probably 18 still. They can't perform yet. I think they don't give a. I've seen a lot of these newer, younger kids do crazy
Of course,
shit where
because
yeah.
now it's they got a zig because the millennials and the older Generation Z are totally corporate.
Yeah, like that guy that you mentioned that goes at the gyms asking them what happens if someone same guy. He's young, but he's gonna go on stage one day and he's gonna be going hard. And he's gonna be
that.
You're gonna be in love with those kids. You're gonna be those are the kids.
You guys,
that
I would love
remind me
to
of
play
me.
that. When we come back from, you want to do your promo, and I'll try to find. Dude, what's that guy's? Do you know his name? Or I would love to play that.
Just found out. Just put in 109 kicked out of 109 bars. You should find it. You should find that. It's some bodybuilder. He's not as young as XG's trying to make him out to be, but he is funny and he is fearless. He's one of
The
those.
first thing that comes up is a fact check. We're expelled from 100.
No.
Let me see.
Guys, if you go to samtripoli.com, I already did that, right?
Not in this one.
Okay, go to samtripoli.com. Go. Austin was great. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Kill Tony. San Diego, New Orleans, Las Vegas. Then I'll be in Minneapolis. Then I'll be in Morris Plains for New Year's. And then January 10th is the big show. It's going to be in New Jersey at Caesar's Palace in Atlantic City. Get ready for history. Everything's coming together. But tomorrow the wheels could fall off. So, nothing's guaranteed, but it's looking pretty good. Premium content, 3 a week, whenever I can do it, as much as I can do it, you get the good shit. And then Cash Daddies is crushing it, right, Johnny?
Oh, you got a Kurt Metzger? Or two of them?
Kurt, when we're available, we do a show where I just tag his shit.
Absolutely. How he's killing it.
Guys, do you love money?
It's highly educational also. It's not just about the love of money. It's about
do you love money?
Yourself. Yeah, Sam is simplifying it.
Do you love money? All right, go back. And then, dude, Chaos Twins is coming. If you love family-friendly entertainment, go check that out. And some of our premium content people like Rife Technology helps you center your energy. Our good friends at Harley Ray Candles and Crystals. Love them. They got really the best website I've ever seen in my life. And then finally, Chemical Free Body. Got to get in shape. Got to get those nutrients. I'm look at me. I'm dying because I didn't take them today. I got to go take them. I'm so tired. Yeah, dude. And then if you love XG asking great questions and not being fully retarded, you're going to check out Brain Supreme. Okay.
Right there, guys. This was week off, as you guys can tell.
Yeah. Just Brain Supreme. Yeah, dude. This guy is really retarded when he's not on this stuff. So thank you, Brain Supreme, for upping the intelligence on the show.
Took his Flintstone vitamins, rather.
But back to the guest. She was great. She crushed it. I thought she was fire. And she's fearless. And she does a ton of work. She's always just cranking out episodes, right, Johnny?
Always.
Johnny, stop being a jerk, dude, okay? Stop making fun of Danielle and her hard work, okay?
I'm making fun of you, that.
Danielle Mercy is her name. I love that name. That's a great name.
It is a good name.
I like to think it's real. It might be a stage name, but I want to believe it's real.
It's a good name.
She loves her husband. She loves her kids.
How often do your predictions come by? Is another one coming soon?
Dude,
are they random, or you just sometimes sort of?
What do you mean? What's my next? I think Europe. I think Europe's going to go into Palestine soon. I think now that they're definitely not following the peace agreement, they're going to go in eventually. It's going to be
what do you mean, like NATO or something?
No, I think
UN.
The countries. I think like Spain and Ireland. And
under what pretense?
Like that humanitarian crisis is happening. And they gotta go in and stop.
Not the UN though.
No, I think you're gonna see the EU die. I think you're starting to see the cracks in it. Countries are passing laws that they don't have to follow the EU's rules.
That's funny. The plot of Battlefield, the new Battlefield 6 video game, is that the NATO falls apart because there's private militaries like running in all these countries, and I'm like, that's a very realistic thing. I mean, because you see about
globalization, I think, is dying.
And it starts with these countries that they're not allowed to join NATO right now because of Russia, like Georgia and like the other border countries that used to be Soviet republics. And I could totally see that happening where like you don't want to take on the expense or the difficulty of having your own military, so you hire a private force for security, and then they attack NATO. It's crazy, but I don't know. It's kind of creepy when you think about the predicted, because you've seen that with other like Call of Duty and Battlefield games in the past have been kind of predictive.
Did you play it? Is it any good?
Yeah, I played it. I just started a couple
Johnny
days ago.
loves killing people. That's his thing.
Don't tell everybody.
All right, guys. Anything else?
Hit that like button, subscribe, guys, please.
Okay. YouTube channel. What about?
Go follow my XG files.
No,
over
not
there.
your YouTube channel.
Mine. I thought you meant mine.
Retard.
I think I'm going to propose that you don't take a week off of the brain spring.
I think you should take it all the time.
But right there, guys, we got a new YouTube channel. It's going hard, heavy on the paint.
Tinfoil hat official is what it's the at for the.
I reply to all comments on there. Well, most of them.
love
if you're not
how
talking
I noticed that. Yeah,
if you're not talking shit, yeah, Johnny knows I'll
Sam
reply.
replies to every. I mean, actually, it replies to every comment.
Thank you, XG, for working hard.
Yeah.
Did you put any shorts up there? Have we got any more from that guy?
We got that brand new one with that Tylenol.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was a good
Oh
one.
yeah. She's just. You see that? Is that real?
What?
Or is that AI?
Protect your children.
Everything, dude. I'm telling you, I don't know what to believe. Unless you see it in person now, don't believe anything.
Except for me.
We got to replace that computer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Enjoy the highlights.
Crazy funny ass episode here for you guys. Did David's gay lover kill Celeste? Did someone at the UFC have the actual boss to show us enough film? And this right here, the stripper's birthday cake or her actual legs? What? Hopefully we don't get flagged by YouTube. As you can tell, it's a funny ass episode. Chili's already laughing. We'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world. It's your boy XG Marks the Spot. And like always, I got my #1 producer / graphic designer, Chili Millie. Burp, 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 burp. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm
Huh?
number one. I'm number one.
Yeah, #1. Yeah, of course. And
I know.
top it off, whoever's talking shit, dog. You don't like my burp, 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 burp. I mean, we do got a soundboard, but...
I'm like, I should figure out which button it is. It is on one of these buttons.
Is it?
Yeah. Can I? Will it record?
I mean,
if I
press
push
it. If you have to...
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
I'm just playing classical music. That was weird. Do you know that you have that on there?
I mean, I know it's a... I know it has to...
Still doing it.
Tell her to stop.
Oh, tell her to stop.
Hey, ya cálmate.
Because I turned it down and it's just playing the whole entire time. Oh my god.
Oh.
I would have cried.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm never doing this again. Anyways, so how was your weekend?
It was good, chill, a bunch of doom scrolling. I actually did go to Cairo's private happy birthday game. So I just want to say happy birthday to my homie, even though I think he gypped me.
It looked fun on your
Yeah,
video, on
it
your
looked
story.
fun because you didn't lose any money.
No.
Yeah, I lost $200, and then mid playing, I do some influencer content shit. I'm like, oh, let me show everybody where I'm at, and then I get hit up by homies telling me like, you're playing with 3 pros.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I look at their Instagram, and they play like $15,000 like on the daily type of shit.
Was that pretty girl? She was good.
Her husband was a pro.
Oh.
Yeah, he took my money.
But was she good?
Is
there a lot of girls that are good? I saw Rob say that one chick was really good. The one from the movies. You didn't see that? He sent it. Like, it makes her so much hotter. It's the from Yes Man.
Oh, I didn't
The
know
one with
that.
the big boobs.
Oh, I forgot. Maybe I didn't look at that post. We sent each other a bunch of bullshit.
We do.
We do.
But it's like our girls usually like. She's really pretty.
It's crazy because girls do good because you think they're idiots on the table. Because
Yeah, that's what I was like.
most guys have their ego on top of them.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
So they come in really sneaky, and they come in sometimes like, I don't know, like there was some girl that came in like 30 minutes later with their boyfriend, and I don't know how real this was, but they came in with like, it's her first time playing. And the guy's a pro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bullshit. And she's like, well, I watch him play at his when he's playing online, and I'm serious. I'm telling you, I think Cairo took me there to be the fish. I was like, why am I the weakest player at the table right now? So I only lost 200. That's why I was like, I'll take my own.
That's your birthday present to him.
Yeah, happy birthday, Cairo.
That's
I was
funny.
the fish at your table.
That's hilarious.
But that was gay.
Yeah.
You know what else is gay? Whole weekend's gay, dude.
All right, so
gay.
You hit me up because you were like, hey, did you see that? They think David hired a hitman for the Celeste thing. Because, I mean, there's so many updates, but they're not, like, new updates.
They're just people milking the shit out of this on YouTube.
Pretty much.
It's annoying, yeah.
So,
'cause
but
I
I
fall
fo-
for it every time.
Yeah. So I found this video. I don't have a clip of it, but I found this video of this guy, right? I don't have a video. I'm just
Oh, the
showing
private
this picture.
investigator?
Yeah. So the owner of the house hired a private investigator. And this dude, like, he can't say a lot because obviously, like, it's a crime. It's a criminal thingy. But he said that, like, he can identify who was driving the Tesla with the body in it, and they think that he was going to do something sadistic. But what they think is that David has a what is that, personal assistant, this little Asian dude named Neo, and they think that that was his boyfriend because like you know how he has his anime. He's in the anime, and like they write little like comments to each other, like flirty comments underneath it.
Okay.
And then after all this happened, put it on you. After all this happened, after all of it happened, he unfollowed him, and then like he won't say anything about it. Like you know how like David like won't reply or like talk about it.
Yeah.
This little Asian kid did the same thing too. But I have a video of him. I don't have like obviously a video of him talking. I mean, I just have a video of him talking.
That you talk to you? Sorry. Oh, no, she's not like a stripper, so I have to. No, don't clip that. And I'm not being here, but no, don't. If you could clip that, crop me out. Crop me out. Whoa!
Where it says David acting sus.
Wait, it's your boy, Skinny is here. Shout out Neo. Shout out Neo Deja on everything. Go follow. We're repping the plug again, bro. Hashtag I love clout. Why y'all at David's house? How did y'all meet on Grindr? That you talk to you? Sorry. Oh, no, she's not like a stripper, so I have to. No, don't clip that. And I'm not being here, but no, don't. If you could clip that, crop me out. Crop me out. Whoa!
See.
Wait, it's your boy, Skinny is here.
Surprised that there's like a video.
Shout out Neo.
It's like the.
So they think it was him.
But what's funny is it's the perfect time to kind of act gay. You got
This was before.
No, but you have an I love boobs t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like perfect time to be kind of gay. Oh no, I'm not gay. Look at my shirt.
I'm
No,
not
still gay.
And I'm not a perfect shirt. For
Yeah,
it.
perfect shirt.
So
Yeah,
I guess
dude.
it's just not funny, but
creepy.
yeah.
They need to arrest someone in that case. I'm getting kind of annoyed.
It's getting annoying, but
Yeah,
now like
arrest
there's
someone.
a new element each time. Like now this is a whole new one. Like he's gay. Is he like what
They're
happened?
mixing up. That's what they want, Chili. It's just the same thing with Charlie Kirk. They just want to throw so much bullshit where you don't know what the sticks. Nothing's sticking. Who the knows? We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah, it's like a movie.
Dude, they have a gag order now. You hear about that?
No, what?
The gag order where technically, what's his name? Cash Patel told everybody you're not allowed to speak about the Charlie Kirk thing.
Shut up.
And Candace Owens obviously said, "Go f- you can't gag order."
I
don't know if it meant for every. No, he's talking about anybody that was there. Like if you saw the event,
you can't interview nobody.
Supposedly, I don't really know the gag order. I sent it to my sister. I was like, "What the f- is this up about?" And I haven't got hit up. But there is a gag order. I don't know who it's about, but they don't want people talking about the Charlie Kirk case because supposedly it's going to affect the trial.
No.
But no,
Oh my God,
get
'cause
the
no
fuck
one's ever
out of
heard about
here.
it?
Yeah,
That's
you want it's
crazy.
going to affect the trial because it wasn't Tyler Robinson.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a little bit of gag order.
I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, so.
Why didn't they do that to Diddy? That's crazy. Anyways, that's crazy. Did you see this as a UFC thing or sounded?
Oh yeah, no. That shit came up on my feed too. You know, Swarm. Swarm send it to me. Thank you. Not for real though. I love when you guys send me crazy shit, but this is a crazy ass video. Mid UFC fight, some guy pulls up a video of some girl that's like a hostage.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Pretty ballsy. I don't know what the move is.
This is the most disturbing UFC walkout ever, because while this fighter was making his way to the octagon, a man in the crowd flashed a photo on his phone and quickly pulled it away, but the camera caught it. The image appeared to show someone being held hostage, apparently a bloody woman, injured and possibly tortured. Authorities are now investigating who this man is. Do you think this was a dark prank or something actually serious? This is the most disturbing
I don't know.
UFC walkout ever.
Watch, I'll have another video so you can see it.
As a nod to this mother's side at 9 years
What if it's like a hostage?
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim.
And I'll be honest with you, I've been off the internet for like a month, but just the shit people have been sending. It's funny, you get off the internet and people still send you shit. So like these stories of like there was no women there.
Could you imagine being friends with someone and sending them videos,
people
of
shitting on them,
shit talking them? So when my
he's lying.
Went,
People aren't doing that. He's still on the internet, on social media. That's what's happening.
Well, I mean, when my pronoun bit was everywhere and everybody was talking about it, I would get texts from people saying, "I love you. I just want you to know that." And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? I feel none of this. I see none of it. But no one ever sent me a clip going, "Oh, this person's talking shit about you. That person's talking shit about you."
Nobody sent them to him either, dude. I'm telling you, he saw all of this shit for sure. He did. I just want to prove it because he's talking about. He's completely missing the point. He's talking about lies that people are telling about which is completely irrelevant. I mean, it's extraneous.
What he's talking about is the actual event.
Yeah, and listen, he'll just briefly get in, and then I'll cut out of this. But
there's no women there. He just performed to the Royals. By the time they're done with this shit, they're gonna say I went over there and did a one-on-one show in a fucking tent, staring at my toes, and then I left for the head fucking guy, whoever the hell it is over there, right?
Okay, let play.
Yeah, that's about
But
it.
that's not what everybody's saying.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. He's completely missed the point.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's like, "Oh, you didn't perform for just women." What we're saying is, what people are saying
He
is
straw manned it. He straw manned it 100%.
that they have a record on women. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have a record when it comes to women. They have a record when it comes to gays. They have a record when it comes to all their stuff. And again, if you believe 9/11, which we on the show don't believe that's the official story, there's other things to get mad at, like Saudi Arabia's funding of the Wahhabism, which has done great damage to the Muslim community. I mean, it's why everybody hates Muslims.
Yeah.
Because they've been manipulated by this funding by Saudi Arabia for extremism. So that's why people are upset. You know, I don't care if people went. I really don't. I've been to China and did stand up. You know, if these guys would have gone by themselves and not to a festival, we wouldn't even be talking about this. Okay. But, you know, when you make, you know, Bill Burr for the longest time, everyone thought he was right. I think he was a lot more woke than people think. Like if you study that Philadelphia heckling moment that kind of blew Bill Burr up, that if you actually hear what he's saying, it's very woke. If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you guys don't even like, you had a real champion and you put a fake white guy statue up. It's like totally woke. So I don't know if he's crazier than he was before, but when you go after people going, hey dude, why are you doing something for Gaddafi when he bombed some Panama plane? And then you go to Saudi Arabia, which 99% of the population thinks is behind 9/11. You're going to get shit. Nobody cares about the audience you're performing in front of in terms of who is actually in the room. What we're talking about is taking what he said about them, which is blood money. And it's just like, this has gone back to what I've said before. Nobody's authentic except for me. You know, I mean, like, it's just the truth, dude.
Nobody,
I mean,
not one person.
Well, I mean, like, who's the authentic person, Johnny?
What, Dave Smith? Dave Smith's pretty authentic, ain't he?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah,
Metzger's pretty authentic.
I'll give you that. I
Kurt
was trying to
Metzger.
make a joke there, and it got a little more serious than I wanted to.
Well,
in
you said
terms
it
of-
seriously. I wasn't sure if you.
Okay, my bad. I didn't put on my happy face when I said it. It's a joke. But, you know, there's a lot of these guys, the Netflix dudes and all this stuff that are like, aren't who they say you. I mean, so many of these people. If you go back to that Katie Porter clip of that fat Californian
She looks
Democrat,
like Jabba the Hutt's girlfriend.
she's just a nasty bitch. She's a nasty bitch, right? But she plays like she's open-minded and loving and all that stuff. I love Bill Burr. I just think you should eat it and be like, dude, it was such insane money that I was willing to look past my past comments and take the bag. Just say that.
Now you had me queue up this Ari Spears thing. You want to
This
play
is
that?
where we start getting in problems. Okay.
Okay.
Ari Spears. I've had interactions with him. None of them have been good.
Really? I don't know.
None of them. He's not a nice person.
Okay.
But he was invited to this. He took the cash. Fine. Go do your gig if you want to. But this is him. Let's see if we can find it where he actually
What
talks.
money will make a Negro do? Now, every now and then, we get to
Is
see...
this him? I don't know who he is. Or
No,
where he's
no,
from.
there's an actual comment, but this is going to show. See if you can fast forward and it shows it. Him in his bed commenting on it. If you can find it.
Is it going to be a video or something?
Yeah, it
a
is.
video.
It's him talking, you know.
All right, this is just is this him in the bed right
That
here?
might be
Okay.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
that
see.
looks like-
Let's
all
see
right.
if we get into it. Here we go.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Ari Spears here. Listen, man, I was trying to wait until after I did the festival to go ahead and post what I'm about to post, because I definitely wanted to address this. First of all, big shout out to Riyadh and the citizens of Saudi Arabia. I had a great time. I love y'all. Thank you for the hospitality. Mwah. Now, back to this. So for all the comedians like Mark Maron, David Cross, and all the people that were giving comic shit because they performed in Saudi Arabia, here's my question. When did America become the moral compass on human decency and human rights?
Oh, God.
Did we forget?
Stop it. He's right at this point. This part is correct.
Yeah, but I'm not America. That doesn't make any. You're not America. You're
And,
not the
and you're
government
not
of the United States.
the government is not paying you to perform.
So
but
stupid.
America is not the moral compass. We've bombed the shit out of Middle East. We've destroyed Latin America. Our intelligence agencies have just annihilated elections. At this point, he's totally correct.
Yeah.
But it goes completely off he's correct for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, you're not playing the Kennedy Center honors in the United States every time you go out.
Go
for a
on.
gig.
Here we go.
400 years of slavery.
Get
the
the
greatest
fuck
crime
out
against
with this
humanity.
shit.
400 years of murder.
Stop. So I'm sorry, guys. I can only go so far with this shit.
Yeah, this is that thing you're talking about, right? If you had like Netanyahu on or whatever, you just wouldn't be able to listen to it.
Well, dude, if you put me in a room with Gavin Newsom, my life would be in danger because I would nail him to the cross. I would absolutely annihilate that dude. I have this dream that Adam Carolla asked me to go on when he has Gavin Newsom, and I just bring the wood to him.
That would be great.
So what Ari's talking about right now is he is asking a question about something that happened 100, 200 years ago. Like that is his problem. I mean, that is the issue right now. Like, do you think he would do a show in a second for Obama, who illegally assassinated Muammar Gaddafi and has open air slave trade? Can we see what Ari Spears' take on open air slave trades in Libya is? Because the only thing I ever hear black comics talk about is how they would buy.
If you'd like to hear the rest of this episode, subscribe to Broken Simulation in your podcasting app, or check us out at youtube.com/Sam Tripoli.
Go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hat.